by Sutter Coast Hospital, Lisa McCowan at State Farm Insurance, Hiuchi Hamlet, L&L Design and Construction, Coast Central Credit Union, Freeman Rock Seaquake, and, of course, by the members of the legendary Sportscasters Club. And Mad Dog, this is the 8th time since 1975 that Del Norte has reached the semifinals. Some legendary names played for the Warriors during that span: Pierce, Freeman, Rook, Hoffman, Kokitsuka, Moretti, Price, just to name a scant few. But none ever made it to the championship game. This year's Warriors get their shot at advancing tonight.
Well, here we go, John. I mean, we are at Del Norte High tonight for a section semifinal showdown. It doesn't get better than this. The atmosphere is going to be electric tonight as this Mariner team rolls into Del Norte with revenge on their mind. It's Saturday Night Lights at Mike Whalen Field, John. I believe the stars are aligned for this Warrior team tonight. I can just feel it in the air.
We'll be back in a few moments with the expanded preview of tonight's game and a look back at the Warrior win in the first round last week over Alhambra. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
Live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
Is hip pain keeping you from golf, gardening, or playing with the grandkids? Introducing orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jack Bella, who's recently joined the staff at Sutter Coast Community Clinic. Dr. Bella has over 30 years of experience as a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, and he specializes in anterior hip replacements, which can lead to faster recovery to help you get back to doing the things you love. For hip pain or other orthopedic needs, please call Dr. Bella's office at 707-464-6715.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for bulk landscaping products. With the uncertainty of winter weather here before you know it, Freeman Rock can get that rock delivered so what's left of your driveway doesn't end up where you don't want it. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment, supplying high-quality products in ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Put Freeman Rock on your job site. Call 541-469-2444 or go to our all-new interactive website, freemanrock.com.
And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field, where at 7 p.m., Del Norte and Monreau Catholic will meet in the North Coast Section Division 5 semifinals. But before we explore that contest, let's look back at the Warriors' 41-6 victory a week ago Friday over Alhambra High here at Del Norte High.
Well, it's John, it's funny. I watched a highlight of one of the Bulldogs' early season. That's the Alhambra Bulldogs' earlier season victories before last week's game. And I paused the video and showed my wife who we were going to be playing, and my wife simply stated, "Is that a JV team?" Well, it was a lot like that last week in the contest, as the Warriors dominated at every facet of the game to make it look like the Warriors were men amongst boys.
Del Norte's defense that first half was exceptional. The Bulldogs could not get anything positive going. In fact, in the first quarter, the 7th-seeded Alhambra ran 9 plays. It lost yardage on 6 of them. For the half, the Bulldogs can master 0 yards in total offense against Del Norte.
Well, there's a reason why the Warriors have led the NCS in the category of tackles for losses. That's because of these 3 defensive studs. Kaiba, Tanner Faulkner, and Anthony Slayton have shown up in the backfields of every offense we faced this year.
When Del Norte had the ball, well, the Warriors operated like a well-oiled machine. On its 3rd play from scrimmage, the Warriors got on the scoreboard in spectacular fashion. Blitz shown, counterplay to Blackburn, looking for some room. He's got it. Chase Blackburn is gone. History. He's a vapor trail. Touchdown Warriors. Chase Blackburn, 47 yards. He remains laser hot.
You gotta love it. Holy Toledo is definitely in store all night tonight. 47-yard touchdown by Chase Blackburn. You gotta love it, John.
The next time Del Norte got the ball, it was the same story, with Blackburn getting his second TD, this time on a 21-yard run. The Warriors took advantage of a perfect onside kick, giving them great field position, and Del Norte quickly took advantage. Kalea goes under center, goes back to pass, Lots of time. Throws deep. He's got a man wide open. It's Caleb Price. He goes into the end zone. Del Norte strikes again, this time from 37 yards out. Caleb Price with his 6th touchdown catch of the season.
What a job by OJ. I didn't know if he had the arm to get it all the way down there, but he was kind of off his back foot. 37-yard toss by OJ. Great play by the Warriors.
It was 28-0 at halftime after a Kobe Mitchell second quarter score. And Del Norte put the game officially away midway through the third quarter with another brisk Blackburn touchdown run. Man in motion is Cox Cooley. Handoff, counterplay again. Blackburn up the field. Has a blocker in front of him. Cuts it to the right, heading to the end zone. Accelerating and scoring. Chase Blackburn with his 3rd touchdown of the evening extends Del Norte's lead.
From 26 yards out, Chase Blackburn. What a great run to the outside, reading his blocks. Slayton down the field, making a big block to open that up.
Blackburn added one more score in the fourth quarter, his 4th of the game, his 6th in the last 6 quarters. The Warriors lost the shutout literally on the last play of the game, but it really didn't matter. Del Norte finished with a 41-6 victory, owners of a 10-1 overall record, and a berth in tonight's semifinal for the 2nd year in a row.
Well, Del Norte limited Alhambra to a measly 70 yards in total offense, while the Warriors were earning 370 yards. Blackburn had another amazing performance, rushing for 194 yards on 15 carries. John, you mentioned the 6 touchdowns in 6 quarters, but consider this. In those 6 quarters, the senior has rushed 25 times for 412 yards. That's an average of 16.5 yards per carry.
And that brings us to tonight's game. Monroe Catholic at Del Norte. And Mad Dog, these schools may be a long way apart, but these teams know each other.
Well, way back on August 23rd, the first game of the season, Del Norte traveled to Hayward, and the Warriors came home with a 20-19 win. It was a victory that really set the tone for the Del Norte season. The Warriors walked off the field realizing they could play with anybody on their schedule.
Del Norte established that it could run the ball, with Mitchell gaining 130 yards on 16 carries, and Levi Cox Cooley picking up 123 yards on 23 carries. Del Norte took the lead with 6:53 remaining in the game, held the Mariners to a 3-and-out, got the ball back deep in its own territory with about 6 minutes to play, and then ground out a series of first downs, running out the clock and never giving Monroe Catholic a chance to have the ball one last time.
Well, I look back at the film and the game notes, and I see a game that neither one of these teams played up to their standards. The Mariners were looking for an identity without their star running back, and this Warrior team was dealing with a plague of turnovers and some running backs that had not came into their own.
Monroe Catholic would go on to lose 2 of its first 3 contests, but under second-year head coach Rob Cottrell, the Mariners righted the ship to win 7 of its final 8 games to finish the regular season with a 7-3 record. Del Norte coach Nick White talked about the Alhambra win, after the Alhambra win, about the differences in both Del Norte and Monroe Catholic. A pair of Mariners who missed the season opener are expected to be available tonight. One is Devon Arnold, the running back who in 7 regular season games has averaged more than 17 yards a carry. Also ready to take the field is senior running back Fresh Eisen, who last year rushed for more than 2,000 yards.
Well, Del Norte also has a different look as well. On the defensive side of the ball, it's Kai Ba. Was injured the first half of the Warriors season. Since he got healthy, the 245-pound defensive end has been a menace to the health of an opposing quarterbacks, running backs, and offensive tackles that try to block him.
Coach White also noted that when this game was played in August, it was the Warriors' first time running its new offense. Literally a season later, Del Norte now understands this scheme forward and backward and knows all the nuances, wrinkles, and tricks that can be used.
I had a chance to talk to Coach Slayton this week, and I talked to him about that exact point. How has this team came into owning this new offense and the different wrinkles? And he says, John, it's night and day difference from the beginning of the season. And he said it's not as much with the linemen, but it's the running backs, learning to feel how that wing T works and how to read the blocks as the pulling guards and tackles come from both directions.
We chatted with Del Norte coach Nick White about Monroe Catholic, the postseason, and other items of importance. in this week's version of KPOD's Coaches Conference.
We're with Coach White just before the start of this important semifinal game, Del Norte versus Monroe. And Coach, you talked last week after the win over Alhambra that these are two very different teams. How is this a different Monroe Catholic team than you played 3 months ago?
Offensively, they're doing, a couple different things as far as going to more of a two-back, and sometimes they're running a tight end. They have both the running backs, their two main guys back now. So I think they're just trying to get the ball in those guys' hands and let them make plays. And, they're really well, or they're really good. They run their offense really well, and it's going to be tough to stop.
But this is a different Del Norte team than they faced 3 months ago.
Yes, it was, first game in our offense, first game kind of, getting our feet wet as far as game goes and the situational stuff offensively. We've progressed obviously throughout the whole year. We got some wrinkles in that they didn't see back then. So, those will definitely come into play tonight.
Coach, how's the injury situation? And I understand Gio Gonzalez is still a little iffy.
He's going to start and he's going to go, and we're as healthy as this time of year allows us to be. And some kids are banged up here or there, but they're tough. It's a huge game, biggest games of their life, and so they're going.
You're going to be playing on the real live, honest-to-goodness grass of Mike Whalen Field, much different than what you played on down at Monroe Catholic. An advantage for the Warriors?
We're used to playing on it. It's wet, it's damp. It's the ball security, the little things like having towels on the sidelines and changing the ball every play, stuff that, other teams aren't necessarily accustomed to doing. Little secrets here or there with just dealing with the elements. And, our field's in really good shape, and, we're just ready to go.
Ground crew has done a great job this year getting this field ready every single game.
Yeah, they have. It looks, the St. Bernard's week it rained, so it's as good as it's been pre-rain. They do a great job. The field looks great. It's lined, and, we couldn't ask for more playing at home at Mike Whalen Field.
Coach, chance to go into the championship game. What type of emotions are you feeling, and what type of emotions is your team feeling?
We're excited. We're excited for the opportunity. These opportunities don't come along, that much in life. And I told the kids, take it. It's right there in front of you. Take it. Take advantage of the opportunity. Something. This is a game these kids will never forget. So we're just going to play our hardest every single play. We're ready. We're excited to go.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coach Nick White of the Del Norte Warriors just a few minutes ago as Del Norte gets ready to take on Monroe Catholic in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. And Mad Dog, I also talked to Coach Rob Cottrell of Monroe Catholic about playing on grass. And the old offensive lineman said, this is the way football should be played.
I tell you what, I talked to him. I didn't expect that comment from him. I got the same one as they hopped off the bus. I got to catch with him a little bit earlier than that. This Monroe Catholic coach is very hard-nosed, run the football kind of orientation, and he kind of favors this grass. The question is, can his team hop on board with him when it comes to running downhill and making cuts? But the coach is fired up and ready to play on grass, so I'll tell you that.
Interesting guy, Coach Cottrell, who played for Jim Sweeney and Pat Hill, a couple of legendary coaches in college at Fresno State, and then had spent some time with the Niners, spent a little time with the Rams, had a tryout with New England, and was at rookie camp along with a guy named Brady. Tom Brady, yeah.
That one guy.
I think he ended up having a pretty good career. So we're going to be back with more of the Warrior pregame show after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
There's more to the pregame to come. Follow the Warriors online at kpodfm.com or delnortesports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
Is hip pain keeping you from golf, gardening, or playing with the grandkids? Introducing orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jack Bella, who's recently joined the staff at Sutter Coast Community Clinic. Dr. Bella has over 30 years of experience as a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, and he specializes in anterior hip replacements, which can lead to faster recovery to help you get back to doing the things you love. For hip pain or other orthopedic needs, please call Dr. Bella's office at 707-464-6715.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field on what looks like to be a beautiful, albeit chilly night for playoff football. The Warriors taking on the Monreau Catholic Mariners in the semifinal round of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. And that brings us to the starting lineup for Del Norte, brought to you by DelNorteSports.com with scheduled updates and podcasts. Check out DelNorteSports.com. And on the offensive side of the board, let's start with the big guys up front, led, of course, by the 3-year starter at center, Luke King. He's a senior, 5'11", 265 pounds. The right guard is Tanner Forkner, just a junior, 5'10", 205, very strong for his size and very agile. Sophomore, 6 foot, 210-pound Trevor Freeman is your right tackle. He moved up to the starting role in midseason after injuries hit the Warriors. On the left side, the guard is Noah Yang. He's a senior, 5'8", 200 pounds. He stepped into the starting lineup after the injury to Sam Showerman that ended that sophomore's season. Yang is a senior. And the left tackle is Anthony Slayton, 6'2", 220 pounds. He is a senior as well. The tight end is Connor Long. He's a senior, 6 foot, 200 pounds, just 5 receptions for 104 yards this year, but is very good at blocking. The running back is Levi Cox-Cooley. He's a junior, 5'8", 175 pounds, averaging 8.1 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, 1,147 yards total this season. The fullback is Kobe Mitchell, 5'11", 215 pounds, averaging 7.3 yards per carry, 830 yards total, and he leads the team in scoring with 14 touchdowns. The slot back is Chase Blackburn. He's a senior, 5'11", 180 pounds, who the last 2 games has just went wild, averaging over 10.5 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns, 941 yards this season, about half of that coming in the last 2 games. And the wide receiver, that is Caleb Price. He is a junior, 6'5", 200 pounds. He leads the team with 14 receptions, 6 of them for touchdowns. That is your starting lineup on the offensive side of the ball for Del Norte.
A couple things real quick. I can tell you what, hats off to this front line of the Warriors. I tell you what, you have 3 running backs that possibly can get 1,000 yards this season, and that all has to do with that front line on the offensive side. And also, a new wrinkle for this Warrior team since we played the Mariners last time is Chase Blackburn. Chase Blackburn was almost non-existent on the offensive side last time these 2 teams met. I believe it's going to be a little different tonight.
You know, Blackburn was kind of the relief role and had some good, solid games. When Kobe Mitchell got hurt, he stepped into the fullback role and was primarily a blocker for Levi Cox-Cooley. And then when Gio Gonzalez got hurt, he moved into that slot back role, and boy, he has found a home. We're going to have to start calling Gio Wally Pip.
I tell you what, and I thought it was a great move by Coach White, keeping some of his guys on just defense and just offense, not using them both ways, utilizing all his players he can, as Gio Gonzalez is going to be just starting on defense tonight.
Let's take a look at the defense for Del Norte, and it has been a very good one this year, giving up on average just 11 points a game. And in fact, No team has scored more than 21 points. That was Mazama, their only win this year. Only loss for Del Norte was Mazama. So on the defensive side of the ball, the cornerbacks will be Gio Gonzalez. He's a 5'7", 165-pounder. On the other side, the other cornerback will be Nick Freeman. I'm sorry, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He is a senior as well. The safety is Price, Caleb Price. As mentioned, 6'5". He has, so far this season, 2 interceptions. The inside linebackers, they're both very good. Anthony Slayton and Tanner Forkner. The outside linebackers will be Blackburn along with Levi Cox-Cooley. And up front, the big guys, the inside tackles will be Kai Baugh. And remember, Monroe Catholic did not see Kai Baugh when these two teams played back in August. And Luke King will also be the defensive tackle. The defensive ends will be Connor Long along with Kobe Mitchell. That is one stout defensive unit.
I tell you what, I've commented a lot about this defense, but I can promise you this front seven is one of the best in the North Coast section, top to bottom. This front seven on this defense, the IQ, the film work they put in, and the understanding of what the offense wants to do is bar none from what I've seen.
12 interceptions so far this year for the Warriors, led by Long, who had 3. And it's amazing the versatility of this defense. Long can step back, play any position in the defense. We've seen Slayton play everything from basically nose tackle to safety.
Well, what it really does gives Coach White that opportunity to do is to disguise his man-to-man coverage in his zone defensive coverage. Because when you have Slayton up on the line of scrimmage, possibly guarding the slot back, and then he can shift down and play a defensive end at the same time, it's a huge difference on different looks you can give on the fly and from the line of scrimmage. And Coach White talked a lot about that, how he's going to mix that up tonight and try to keep these Mariners off balance.
Now, in other playoff action featuring Big Four Conference team earlier today,
the Crusaders defeated Middletown 35-7.
St. Bernard's will advance into the Division 6 championship.
Yes, they will. Congratulations to St. Bernard's. That game was supposed to be a close one, but I tell you what, the Crusaders, it's paying off playing against the Big Four teams. I know Coach Tomlin doesn't like to do it, but I tell you what, they're battle-tested, and they're just rolling through Division 6.
The other Big Four team to qualify for the postseason, Fortuna, lost its first-round contest last week to top-seeded Encinal, 38-24. And Encinal, we may see them next week, maybe.
Yeah, I tell you what, I watched on Max Preps last night, and I saw the highlights of the Encinal game, and what a great game.
That was Encinal versus De Anza in the other semifinal. That game was held last night. Both teams 10-1. Encinal, the number 1 seed. De Anza, the number 4 seed.
Yeah, the top-seeded Encinal Jets knocked off the number 4 seed De Anza Dons in a dramatic game that I saw with a walk-off field goal to win it. The top-seeded Jets jumped out to a 21-0 halftime lead. The Jets have been highlighted by their defense all season, and it wasn't different last night. They sacked the Dons quarterback 11 times in the contest. Things went sideways in the fourth quarter, though, as the Jets had 2 fumbles deep in their own territory that the Dons converted to touchdowns, and it gave the Dons the opportunity to tie things up 21-21 with 5 minutes left in the game. The Jets went out and provided the best drive offensively of their season, the Jets head coach stated. It was 13 plays, 60-yard drive down the field, and the Dons got to the 10-yard line. Just a couple ticks left on the clock, and the Jets, the number 1 seed, hit a 27-yard field goal to win it as time expired. Very exciting game from a 1 and 4 seed.
So the winner of this game, Del Norte versus Monroe Catholic, will play next week against Encinal. Do we have any details of when and where that might be?
Encinal, what they're saying is it could be Friday. Coach White said before the game they're hoping to be a Saturday game with it being a holiday. The situation will be is it'll be in the Bay Area. The question will be, will it be in East Bay or will it be in maybe Petaluma or Santa Rosa? That's undetermined at this time. It will be determined after this game. I'm hoping I can get that result before we go off the air if we do win. If not, we know we're traveling to the Bay Area next week if we win, and we will be facing Encinal on a neutral field.
Del Norte reached the semifinals last year. So did Monroe Catholic. Monroe Catholic actually advanced to the championship game a year ago, losing to Fortuna in the title game. Captains are on the field right now. Captains this week for Del Norte is Luke King, Chase Blackburn, Anthony Slayton, and O.J. Kalea, the 4 seniors. And Coach White said it, field looks in great shape for late November, Thanksgiving just around the corner. And big tip of the hat to the grounds crew, which has kept this field in great shape for this time of year.
Absolutely. And you know what? I want to speak a little bit on how important it is, how big of a reputation the Big 5, Big 4 are getting, the HDN's getting. We've had coaches from the Bay Area coming up and scouting our games. I didn't even know it. This will be the second time, I believe, the Encinal coach will be here tonight. He actually came up last time we played Fortuna up here, and coach from Monroe Catholic here, he said he's been up here a couple times also. A lot of respect we get from the Bay Area schools. I expect a lot of pride here tonight.
Decent enough crowd has made the trip here tonight on a beautiful night. Still plenty of seats still available as we get ready for our national anthem here at Mike Whalen Field. Where's the band? Just wondering, where's the Del Norte High School band? So, Mad Dog, what is the keys tonight for Del Norte on offense?
I think on offense, we got to grind the ball. Talking to Coach White, he says it's simple. We need to push the ball down the field, control the time of possession, and make sure this Monroe Catholic team, our best defense is our offense, and he says it's their responsibility to make sure they take care of the ball and keep the field position.
On defense for the Warriors.
Defense is going to be stay away from the big plays. Talking to Coach LaFazio, he's worried about the cutbacks on the containment on the backside. He thinks his team can flow to where the ball's supposed to go. The question is, can we contain the backside and stay away from those big plays downfield?
I agree with you 100%. If we give up a 5-yard run, that's okay. If we give up a 50-yard run, it could be a long evening.
Well, it's kind of what we did last time we played them. We tackled in space and didn't give up big touchdowns. I think the Del Norte defense has got to do the same thing tonight. It's always tough when you got 2 explosive playmakers out there on the field that we did not see in the first game.
Del Norte won the toss and deferred. And so the Warriors, wearing their blue home uniforms with the gold numbers and the gold helmets, will be kicking off. Monroe Catholic, the Mariners, in their white uniforms with the gold helmets. And the Warriors will be kicking off left to right, west to east. Kenji Adams Lee, who has been solid, and you have to wonder what tricks the Warriors coaching staff will come up with on special teams. Last week we saw a perfectly executed onside kick.
Well, they're definitely, the Mariners did their scouting. They ain't going to let us do that.
A quick kick. It's going to be taken actually up by the 35 and brought back to the 40. Bringing the ball upfield was Michael Briono. And limping off the field very slowly is Trevor Freeman, the starting right tackle. He's favoring his right ankle quite a bit. So here we go. First play from scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 40. The quarterback is Bowen Dickstein. and he is a good one. He goes under center. I formation behind him. Offset I. Now man goes in motion to the other side of the field. Handoff straight up the middle and hit hard. Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to the game. Slayton says, thanks for coming. Oh, my goodness. Slayton met him in the middle of the hole, and he did not go any farther.
Running the ball on that play, I believe, was Salazar Alexander.
Welcome to Del Norte County, sir.
For a loss of about a half a yard, second down and still 10 to go.
My goodness.
Single running back behind Dickstein with a fullback to his right. Man coming in motion. Goes behind, handoff. Once again, nothing happening there as Kai Baugh comes up and stops the running back for a gain of 1.
My goodness, and I tell you, it's the front seven. This front seven is so good at reacting to where the play is going to be. Kai Baugh slid down the line of scrimmage right there and just made the tackle. Great job by the front line. Luke King did a great job of plugging that hole also.
Devin Arnold with the carry. It's third down and just less than 10. Ball just past the 40 now. Dickstein, the senior, GPA over 4. Under center, hands it off to the fullback, and he gets crushed.
Forkner this time.
Alexander again with the carry, and 3 straight runs up the middle results in a gain of 1, well, let's call it 2, and the punt team will come on.
Del Norte showed a different look, went to a 3-5 there, and Forkner snuck up into the A gap, and he blitzed right there and did a great job. Nobody picked him up.
The punter for the Mariners is Kevin Tan, averaging just over 30 yards a punt. There's the snap. It's good. Pressure comes, but that's way more than 30. It lands on the 25 and is going to end up dying just at the 19-yard line, and that'll be where Del Norte will take over 1st and 10. I want to say, by the way, thanks for getting the scoreboard fixed, guys.
Absolutely. My father, the scorekeeper, they have a couple of different cords they use. He was adamant down there in the maintenance place this week to make sure they got the right cord in there, and they sure did tonight. Clock looks great.
Yeah. All the lights are lit this time as opposed to just half that we dealt with last week. So here comes the Warriors, 10-1 this season, the Big Four Conference champions. The quarterback is O.J. Kaleha. Goes under center, hands it off to Levi Cox-Cooley, who's coming in motion. Goes around the left side and picks up a first down. Just like that, Del Norte is in business.
Taking a look at the sideline, Freeman's over here frantically getting his ankle taped up. And in the ball game is Jacob Dane, the sophomore that came up from the JV team. He didn't expect to play or even start tonight. Look at, he's out here right off the get-go. Great job for Jacob.
Welcome to the varsity, young man. You're just in the semifinals of the North Coast section playoffs. 1st and 10, ball at the 31. Tight formation, Price by himself to the left. Handoff Cox-Cooley, left side again, and he's going to end up picking, he's still on his feet, and ends up stumbling past the 35 to about the 36. A nice run for the junior who leads the team in rushing.
Well, we got a penalty? No, we're good. Hey, I'm gun shy, John. You never know.
Del Norte during the regular season averaged over 100 yards a game, but last week reduced that number by about half in the opening round of the playoffs. 2nd down and 5. Kalea under center. Pitch play. Cox-Cooley left side. And he'll come up short. It's going to be 3rd down. But he gets it to the 40-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Warriors on their first drive of the day.
Del Norte attacking the edge right now, right off tackle, and they're going to that side with Slayton and Yang. They're battling over there on the right side. 19 yards so far. The Warriors pounding it right down the middle, just what Coach White wanted to do.
Ball inches past the 40-yard line. They have to get to the 41. They break the huddle. Come to the line of scrimmage. Kaleha under center, pitches it.
Mitchell.
Kobe Mitchell gets the first down and more past the 45 to near the 48-yard line. Once again, running behind that left side of the line.
This crowd so loves the running game as Mitchell powered through for 5 or 6. the crowd just gets ecstatic. This run-first offense is hitting on all cylinders, Mr. Pritchett.
Second first down of the evening for the Warriors. Ball at the 47-yard line of Del Norte. No score on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Warriors versus Monroe Catholic. The winner will advance to the North Coast Section Championship game. Kaleha hands the ball off up the middle. That's Mitchell, and he'll get near the 50-yard line. Gain of about 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Great job right there. Little fake handoff to Blackburn and gave it right up the middle to Mitchell. Give him 3 yards on the play. And, this is what we missed in the first time we played him. I know the last drive of the game, we drove down without any penalties. But in the first half, if you remember, we stalled out so many drives with penalties. If the Warriors can keep going 3-4 yards at a crack, no penalties, we can just march right on down the field.
Nose of the football just inches shy of the 50-yard line. 2nd down. Split running backs. Now both go in motion, and they were both running. Penalty flags go up, and that play will come back as Mitchell ended up way downfield. Illegal shift by the Warriors. And you could actually tell the two running backs who were in motion looking at each other going, "You're not supposed to be in motion." Well, you're not supposed to be in motion.
Mitchell and Blackburn ended up looking at each other like, uh-oh, not going to work. And, I hope I didn't jinx them by the penalty thing. That's only 5-yard variety.
You did. I did. Just accept the responsibility.
How many holding penalties did we have the first time against these guys?
I can't count
It had to be 10, I believe. So Del Norte definitely had made those adjustments with their blocking scheme. So 2nd down and 12.
2nd down and 12. Ball back at the 45-yard line. Tight bunch formation. Lofton in the game. The freshman goes in motion. Fake to him, and instead it goes out to Chase Blackburn, and he is quickly swallowed up. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play as the Mariners smelled that out from the very beginning.
Read that one like a book they did. Loss of 5 on for sure.
So it's going to be 3rd down and long. Call it 17. After 2 quick first downs, this drive is stalled after a penalty and a loss on the play as Blackburn, who has been hitting home runs, fouled that one off. He didn't have much of a chance.
Well, after the last 6 quarters the Mariners have seen, we're not going to let that 32 beat us, and they were definitely keen on him on that play.
So 3rd down and about 17. Kaleha goes under center. Lofton in motion. Fakes the pitch. Screen pass. Caught by Levi Cox-Cooley. He sheds 1 tackle, but he can't shed 2 more. He gets it out to about the 44, and the punt team will need to come on 4th and long.
Well, both defenses held right there, and the Warriors, I think, I would give their advantage on their offense. They moved the ball a couple times, couple first downs, but still came up short. They're going to have to punt away.
Back deep is Nico Reed for the Mariners. Kenji Adams-Lee takes 1 step and gets off a very nice punt. Reed catches it, but is quickly swallowed up after a gain of about 5. Connor Long in there on the tackle.
Along with Mitchell.
Dodson and Mitchell there as well. So both teams, and we have a player down for the Warriors.
It's Freeman.
It's Trevor Freeman again.
He tried to make his way back out on the field.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes Elk Valley Casino. There is always big game ahead. Hemmingson Contracting for all landscaping, paving, and road construction projects. Hemmingson Contracting. And Del Norte Tire, the Barnes family says our roots are here, not just our branches.
They tried to tape up that ankle, but it's just not a go for him. I talked to Freeman, was on the morning show this morning. What a great kid. Sophomore came up into a very vital role for this team down the stretch. And he's a great kid and a great competitor. Tough to see him in the ankle situation here in this game.
And that is the one area where Del Norte really does not have a lot of depth, and that is on the lines.
We're going to go sophomore to sophomore as Dane will come in for him. But here we go.
1st and 10 for the Mariners. Ball almost at the 30. And this time, the Mariners in a shotgun formation. Low snap, pitch going around the left side. That is Arnold, and he gets chased out of bounds, and it's going to be a loss on the play.
Great job by Connor to seal him, and then Freeman came up to help him out and make the tackle going out of bounds. Loss of 2.
2nd down and 12. Ball now back at the 28.
Interesting, they've decoyed with Eisen a couple times. He is yet to touch the ball. The running back that has some D1 looks ahead of him has not touched the ball yet tonight.
Last year he rushed for over 2,000 yards, double-digit yards per carry, but injuries have slowed him down this year. Dickstein back to pass. He's having to run for his life all the way back to the 10, avoids one tackle, throws the ball downfield. And the Warriors put a ton of pressure and almost had him back for a loss of about 30.
Great composure as he was running out of bounds to throw that thing away, because I don't think he had anybody to throw it to, but that would have been about a 20-yard loss.
20 to 30-yard loss. That was Blackburn on the pressure. Connor Long was in the vicinity as well, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. Dickstein was 12 of 18 passing the first time these two teams played. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Single running back behind Dickstein. Gets the ball, low snap, hands it off, first man through, and gain of about 1.
I believe that might have been Eisen that time. Nope. Number 11.
King gets
Arnold.
the tackle, and another 3 and out for Monroe Catholic.
No yards they've gained so far, John.
Blackburn and Cox Cooley will be deep, waiting the punt from Tam, who will be kicking it from about his own 20. Ball is on the 30. Second time.
Ooh.
Low punt, but it's going to end up taking a nice bounce for the Mariners, and it'll be down at the 39 of the Warriors.
That was more along the lines of the 30-yard punt that we were expecting, right, John?
Yeah. Warrior Athletics brought to you by other members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes H&R Block, get your maximum refund guaranteed, and Hambro WSG, recycling, storage, truck repair, and waste removal.
See if this Warrior offense can get something going here. We've done a great job of shifting the field position. We've definitely owned that, but we got to get it. We got to get some points on the board.
Blackburn's set out as a wide receiver. Running back split apart. Now Blackburn goes in motion to the far side of the field. Hand off to Cox Cooley, and he's got some room. Spins away, still on his feet, and gets past the 45 of Monroe Catholic. First down, Del Norte.
60-yard carry by Cox Cooley, and he spun about 3 times to get the last 4 yards. An explosive start to the game for Cox Cooley.
Cox Cooley over 1,100 yards rushing, but the last couple of games he's been held in check, in part because Blackburn has been so explosive.
Well, let's be honest. Whichever running back gets the ball, they're getting yards.
They're explosive.
You know, it's just amazing how good this front line is.
1st and 10. Handoff up the middle.
Mitchell.
Kobe Mitchell
Another 6
plowing
yards.
his way past the 40 to the 39. Bulldozing his way, the senior. By the way, congratulations to Kobe Mitchell's big brother, Austin, won his professional MMA debut the other night.
In about 30 seconds.
In about 30 seconds. He'd done very well in the amateur ranks, and he's moved up to the professional ranks. So congratulations to Austin, who left his mark on this very field. 2nd down and 4. Handoff, Mitchell, left side, finding room, first down, all the way near the 30-yard line.
Another 10-yard or 9-yard gain for Mitchell. And I think Coach White says, you know what? Heck with bouncing it outside. Let's just keep it going right up the middle. Delnort's doing a great job. As some of the defenders from Monroe Catholic are looking over their sideline going, what? We don't know what to do. as the Warriors are just dominating up front.
Fourth first down of the night for the Warriors. Still no score with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. We're in the first quarter. Galea puts Cox Cooley in motion. Counter play. Blackburn gets tied up. Now he spins out, gets past the 25.
Another 6, John. Unbelievable. And that was a lot of effort from Blackburn. He was stopped for about a 3-yard gain, spun off the big pile up, and ended up leaning forward and picking up another 3 for a 6-yard gain.
Nick Freeman in the game at wide receiver with Caleb Price on the sidelines. Del Norte's leading receiver, and he with the most touchdown catches with 6 on the bench right now. Second down and 4, ball at the 25. Cox Cooley gets it again. Left side, spins into the KPOD red zone. First down, Warriors at the 19.
Just plug in whoever you want. Another 6-yard gain as the crowd, with the first down being announced, gets on their feet as they're willing this Warrior team down the field.
Warriors with 5 first downs so far this quarter. Monroe Catholic with 0.
They only have 1 yard, John, of offense.
And you need 10, right?
You got to have 10 for one first down.
Okay.
You need a lot more than 10 for you to score.
Kaleha, the senior quarterback, goes under center. Man in motion. Handoff, left side.
Cooley.
Cox Cooley all the way to the 5-yard line before he's dragged down.
14-yard carry. They put Blackburn in motion as a decoy. Fake it to him. Slide it to Cooley up the A-gap. 15-yard gain.
They mark it at the 6. It will be first and goal for the Warriors.
Very important. You're in a semifinal section game. When you're in the red zone, you got to put 7 on the board, John.
No score, but Del Norte threatening. Pitch play. Mitchell, left side. Stopped. Just inches shy. It looked like he was going to squirt in there. Instead, it's going to be second and goal from the 1.
For fans that are listening, this is a dominant performance like we've seen from the Warriors in the last 4 or 5 games. They are pushing the defensive line back 3 to 4 yards every play. Unbelievable up front by the Warriors so far. Monroe Catholic's got to come away and find an answer to this.
Warriors running behind Slayton and Yang on the left side. Whistles blow as the first quarter comes to an end.
That was a 20-minute first quarter total, John. We knew it'd be a quick game, but that was a very fast first quarter.
Warriors won the battle on the field, but on the scoreboard, it's all zeros. Del Norte 0, Monroe Catholic 0. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Kai Baugh of the Del Norte High football team. The senior, who was injured in the first half of the year, has been a defensive force of nature in the second half for the Warriors. Against Alhambra in the first round of the North Coast Section playoffs, Baugh had 3 defensive sacks in the first half as Del Norte dominated Alhambra 41-6. Kai Baugh, your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
Second half action just about ready to get underway. No score, but Del Norte at the 1-yard line, second and goal in the semifinal game between the Warriors and Monroe Catholic.
Second quarter action.
O.J. Kalea straight ahead. Touchdown, Del Norte. O.J. Kalea from 1 yard out.
Right behind his center, big Luke King. He just leaned on Luke's back and says, take me to the end zone. There he went.
For Kalea, that is his 5th rushing touchdown of the year, all from about 1 yard out.
Great job by the front line of Luke King, pushing O.J. into that end zone.
Here's Kenji Adams-Lee. 44 of 46 this year on extra points. There's the hold. There's the kick. It's very high, and it is very good. Del Norte, on the very first play of the second quarter, punches it in from 1 yard out. Del Norte leads 7-0.
That touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Mad Dog, just want to point out to you that earlier tonight we had a list of some Warriors from the past 25 years that made their marks here. One of them we mentioned was Buck Pierce. Tomorrow, Buck Pierce and his team that he's the quarterback coach of,
Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers will play for the Grey Cup, which is the Canadian Football League Super Bowl. And I believe that's going to be on ABC if you want to catch the action.
Yeah, what a great job. He's really found a home up there in Winnipeg. And he finished his CFL career at Winnipeg after he started with the BC Lions. Finished his career there, found a home there at Winnipeg, and he is sure having a lot of fun coaching. Talking to his mom, Connie Pierce, the last week, says that he's having a great time up there.
Warriors now kicking right to left. Little punch kick that's going to be taken and stopped right there at the 38-yard line. And Del Norte has simply said it is not going to kick deep. And some bad news, Trevor Freeman is being carted off, his leg being held up. Big round of applause from the Warrior fans.
Hope it wasn't bad juju being on the morning show, John. What a great kid, though. His brother came in. Big smiles this morning, and he's a great kid. I'm glad that he's got a couple more years as a Warrior.
Del Norte now leading 7-0. Monreau Catholic in the shotgun. Dick Stein gets the ball, quickly throws it out. It's caught at the 42 and driven out of bounds. Making the tackle is Freeman. Making the catch for the Mariners was Caleb Alamas Orr.
Yeah, Alarms Orr.
His 11th catch of the season. First down of the night for the Mariners.
I just love how Freeman broke down, didn't go up and try to stop him at 7 yards. He broke down, let him pick up the extra couple, grabbed him, and make sure he got out of bounds, stayed out of the big play.
1st and 10 at the 49 of Monroe Catholic. Dickstein puts a man in motion to the far side of the field. In the shotgun, gets it, pitches it to the far side. That's not going to work. Blackburn was in there. Faulkner ended up making the play. It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 41-yard line.
Loss of 8 on the play, and you're right. It was a great job by Blackburn coming up in the initial play, and then Faulkner finishing him off. Single back Eisen didn't have a chance there. They read that one the whole way.
3rd down and 20. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Single running back. Dick Stein in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Now he's going to scramble. Throws it out in the flat. Caught. But it's going to be and nowhere near the 1st down yardage.
We got a penalty on the play also.
Kobe Mitchell in on the tackle along with Connor Long. Now we'll check out and see what the flag is.
I believe it might be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against Del Norte.
That's going to give him a 1st down as it was about 13 yards. It'll push it down to about the Del Norte 39 across midfield here. Big costly penalty for the Warriors.
2nd penalty of the night against Del Norte, and that will put the ball into Del Norte territory. And you called it exactly at the 39. 1st and 10 for the Mariners. Del Norte leading 7-0 early in the second quarter. O.J. Kaleha plowing in from 1 yard out.
Ball's not spotted yet. They left it about 39 down the hash.
You know, they had it at the outside hash. So here we go. First time for the Mariners in Del Norte territory. Dick Stein hands it off up the middle, and once again, Del Norte's defense is just dominant. Clawing at the ball was Slayton.
Unbelievable up front, the Warriors. They're not going to be able to run the ball, John.
Luke King also there, carrying the ball, I believe. Was Arnold.
Arnold.
Number 11. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Del Norte doing a great job up front. They're going to have to keep going outside. I know Coach likes to run the ball, but Warriors are not allowing nothing up front.
Dick Stein goes under center this time. Fakes it, back to pass. Pressure comes from Long. He escapes. Still being chased and finally gets taken down by Blackburn. First sack of the night for either team.
I tell you, the big thing about that is Del Norte's doing a great job of getting pressure to the outside, forcing Dick Stein up into the middle of the pocket, and then he's so uncomfortable up there, he just takes off running, and Faulkner and them are doing a great job of pursuing him once he tucks that ball.
3rd and 12 coming up, ball at the 41. Warriors leading 7-0.
Big 3rd down here. If we can hold them right here, they might punt the ball. They get 5 or 6, they'll probably go for it here.
Dick Stein goes under center. 2 running backs behind him. 2 receivers to the right. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. The left-hander looking. Dumps it out. It's caught after a short completion. Making the catch was Salazar Alexander, but making the tackle was most of the Del Norte team.
Slayton did a great job of covering his space right there. No gain on the play.
And the punt team does come out. They'll place the ball short of the 40. Kevin Tan is back. He'll be kicking from about his 50. Levi Cox-Cooley.
If you're ever going to do a fake punt, this would be the time on this side of the field.
Cox-Cooley back at his 10. High snap, but Tan pulls it down. Gets the kickoff. Fair catch called for it. And Cox-Cooley lets it go over his head, and it's going to be downed inside the 10.
Good job by Cox-Cooley as the ball landed on about the 8-yard, 9-yard line. We got a great bounce there as there was a Mariner down there, and the ball went dead sideways, and we actually didn't lose any more yards.
7-0 our score. Warriors in front, 9:12 to go here in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. The winner of this game will play next week for the title against number 1 seed
Encinal Jets.
Thank you.
The Encinal Jets. Have you seen the Jets High School? They literally have a jet in the front of their school.
Well, that's
a fighter jet.
Good place for it. Counter play. Warriors. Blackburn. He's got some room. Gets around one would-be tackler and shreds a tackler as he goes down all the way out to the 19-yard line.
I don't know if it's possible. I think Blackburn took down the defender.
He did.
When he had the ball.
He had the ball. The would-be tackler came up, and Blackburn wrapped him up, threw him down, but couldn't keep his own feet and went down at the 19. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
13-yard gain for Blackburn, and that was that counter play where both guard and tackle from the backside pull, and they all led the way for Blackburn. But what a great job outside out here by Monreau Catholic to get the stop.
Kaleha goes under center. Blackburn goes in motion to the near side. Mariners showing blitz. Handoff on the counter play, this time Cox-Cooley. And he'll pick up a couple before he gets driven back. But he gets it to about the 22 or so, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 7.
Taking a look at the first quarter stats, Del Norte 13 rushes for 88 yards. OJ was 1 for 1 for the 3-yard screenplay. Monreau Catholic, 5 rushes for 1 yard, 0 for 1 passing for a total of 6 plays from the line of scrimmage in the first half, John.
That's unbelievable. Warriors break the huddle. Tight bunch formation again. Handoff, Cox-Cooley going around the right side. He's got some room. Turns it upfield, gets the first down, and somersaults over the 30-yard line as Del Norte's rushing attack has accounted now for 8 first downs against just 2 for Monreau Catholic.
That was everybody one side of the field. Pitch it to Cox-Cooley and everybody block. It's a power formation, and the Warriors just dominated that side that time with a 13-yard gain by Cox-Cooley. Del Norte well over 100 yards, 115, 20 yards of rushing so far.
This drive started at the Del Norte 8-yard line. Handoff is Kobe Mitchell, who was juggling the ball as he approached the line of scrimmage. He managed to get a hold of it, but it's going to be no gain, 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's one way to stop the Warriors. Fumble the ball a little bit off the handoff and doesn't get going. That's the first time Del Norte's been held to no yards.
7-0 our score.
This Mariner team, pretty deep in numbers, have about 35 suited over there. So they've been rotating offensive linemen and defensive linemen in. But that hasn't seemed to bother the Warriors all season, and I don't see them letting down yet.
Blackburn in motion, handoff, Cox Cooley left side, trying to follow his blocker, spins away from one would-be tackler and gets near the 40. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. They're going to mark it at the 39.
What I really like about that is it was clogged up to the outside. Cox Cooley took a second, let his blockers clog that up, and then cut it back inside, and then instead of trying to bounce it outside. Picked up the 5 or 6 they gave him and lived to fight another day there.
Cox Cooley approaching 1,200 yards rushing this year.
Big 3rd down here for the Warriors. They deferred to the second half. The Warriors can ground out this half right here.
Handoff, Cox Cooley turns his shoulders, accelerates, 1st down into Mariner territory to the 45-yard line.
15-yard gain by Cox Cooley, and this Warrior team is rolling as O.J. Calais is getting the crowd fired up.
And Monroe Catholic coach Rob Cottrell says, hold on, time out. We got to regroup as we are just getting steamrolled by Del Norte's front line. And that gives us a chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including Suburban Propane. Their business is customer satisfaction. Park City's Superette, the little store and more. And England Marine, fishing, marine, and outdoor equipment, go Warriors.
Well, this is truly what you're seeing right here. The coach is calling a timeout to save some time on the clock. They're seriously looking at 5 minutes left in the second quarter. If the Warriors keep running the ball 4 or 5 yards a chunk, they're not going to see the ball again in the first half, and they got to kick it back off to the Warriors in the second half. So the Warriors, very important here to get some points on the board right here before half, and if anything, push the ball down the field and move those sticks a couple more times here.
Both these head coaches, very young for the profession and very successful, of course. Nick White, 10-1 to start his career. Rob Cottrell is 20-4 in his 2 years at the Hayward School and 34-4 overall as a head coach.
Well, as you know, this Fortuna squad of last year, no surprise, the Monroe Catholic team lost to Fortuna last year in the same style of game of where Fortuna likes to run the ball right down the field.
1st and 10, ball at the Monroe Catholic 44-yard line. Cox Cooley again and gets tripped just as he was accelerating, goes down at the 45. There'll be a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up. 7-0 our score. 4:48 remaining here in the first half. You want to stay tuned for the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report, which includes Warrior Focus. We're going to be talking about Austin Mitchell, formerly Austin Moore.
Cox Cooley approaching 100 yards here in the first half, Mr. Pritchett.
That puts him over 1,200 yards. In fact, that puts him near 1,250 yards rushing this season. 2nd down and 9. Blackburn gets the ball, has to grab it as he lost handle, but still goes around the right side, still on his feet. Near 1st down yardage. He nearly fumbled it, had to come to a complete stop and grab it.
The Monroe Catholic coach is absolutely beside himself over there, just infusing his team to tackle. You have to tackle, they say.
10th first down of the night for Del Norte.
9 yards on the play for Blackburn.
But just a single score so far this evening for the Warriors, 7-0. Del Norte in front. Del Norte's defense is absolutely limited. In fact, just 2 first downs for Monroe Catholic, one of those on a penalty on 3rd down. Ball at the 35, far side hash mark. Caleb Price not in the game. Handoff, left side, finding room. Going around, accelerating. Cox Cooley gets knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. But there is a penalty flag back at the 40.
Holding penalty on Chase Blackburn as the blitzing linebacker came through, and Chase got caught wrapping him up as the play started. It's going to be a pretty costly penalty because it was in the backfield. So it's going to be from the point of the foul. It's going to end up being about a 13-yard penalty here.
Third penalty of the night for Del Norte, which is still a vast improvement. And I am curious about Caleb Price, who last week he hobbled off.
And
took one to the shin.
I didn't pay attention if he was out there on the defensive side. Del Norte has done that when the kids get a little bit injured or feeling something like that. They just play him one way. I didn't pay attention to see if he was out there on defense. So maybe they're just saving him for the defensive side right now, considering they're running the ball every time.
Ball at the 49 in Monroe Catholic territory. Back to pass is Kalea, looking, throws deep over the middle, and it's knocked away.
Ooh.
Nice defense by the Mariners as they tried to hit Nick Freeman. He was down at the 25, and it's going to be second down.
It almost looked like OJ was going to slide that ball in there. One cornerback came through and got a hand on it, but that wasn't a bad throw. A risky pass by OJ with three defenders there, but that almost connected down the middle of the field.
Second down and 24 coming up. Ball at the Monroe Catholic 49, and they have to get down to the 24.
I mean, I like the play action call, but at the same time, you're in a situation here. 3:25 left. Run some clock off. Don't give Monroe much time here in the first half. You know you get the ball in the second half.
Warriors rush to the line of scrimmage. Handoff. Left side this time. Hurdling would-be tacklers is Cox Cooley, but he's only going to pick up a few.
Interesting to see if they call a timeout here. If Monroe wants any time on that clock.
As Monroe Catholic did a great job of backside pursuit. Gets the ball to the 47. And so it's going to be third down and a whole heck of a lot. Clock running, 3:10 to go, 7-0 our score. Warriors in the lead.
3rd and 22 here.
Not a lot in the playbook, but offensive coordinator Chris White looks down at his chart, gives his orders to Kaleha, who jogs back to the huddle.
Do you think he has a long and a whole heck of a lot category on that play chart?
Probably a few plays that qualify. Tight formation again. Cox Cooley goes in motion to the far side. Handoff up the middle to Mitchell, and he'll get it past the 45 to the 44. And here comes a late penalty flag.
Oh, if this is a personal foul.
And let's see what it is. Face mask against Monroe Catholic.
Oh, no.
Del Norte had one of those earlier tonight. Now it goes the other way.
5-yard penalty, incidental. Repeat third down?
Repeat third down, so that puts the ball at the 39. Just the first penalty of the night against Monroe Catholic. But it gives Del Norte another chance.
And another 35, 40 seconds off the clock, too. As Monroe Catholic was ready to call a timeout there to save some clock.
2:20 left this half. First half. Warriors leading 7-0. Kalea will go under center. Counter play. Blackburn accelerates. First down to the 20-yard line.
You got to love it, John. 15-yard carry by Chase Blackburn as he read his blocks like Pritchett reading a novel.
First down.
Smooth as silk. I don't know, John. Let's go with it.
I like it. Sure.
All right. Yeah, sure. You're good at reading. You're good at reading.
He wasn't stumbling.
Yeah.
He wasn't stopping. What are these big words? Ball at the 20. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. 1:47 left first half. Blackburn goes in motion, gets the ball.
Uh-oh.
Stiff arms, leans forward. Pyle continuing to move. What should have been no gain turns into a gain of 4 or so. And we're down to 90 seconds. Kaleha runs in there, and timeout's going to be called by Del Norte. with 1:27 left.
That was Blackburn?
Blackburn with the carry.
I'm looking for the total here for Blackburn. He's approaching it, John. 43 yards tonight. That gives him 984. 16 yards away from 1,000.
These two teams were on the opposite side of the bracket last year. Warriors lost in the semifinals to Fortuna. Final was 30-6 here at Mike Whalen Field. Monroe Catholic won a shootout against San Marin, 56-47. In the championship game last year, it was Fortuna claiming the section title for the second year in a row as they defeated the Mariners 61-35.
I talked to a couple of the film crew guys from Monroe Catholic before the game, and they really brought up how bad of a taste that left in their mouth in the championship last year when they really thought they had a great chance of beating Fortuna. But in just like this game, Fortuna ended up just running the ball over the Mariners, and the Mariners did not have an answer to the run attack. Mariners have done better at not giving up big plays this year, obviously, but still unable to stop the Warrior running attack.
Timeout over. 7-0 our score. Ball sitting just shy of the 15-yard line. Second down and 5. Kalea goes under center. Man in motion. He gets the ball. It's Cox Cooley. Left side. Accelerating. Cuts up. Dragged down at about the 5-yard line. First down. Warriors inside the KPOD red zone.
12-yard scamper for Cox Cooley to the outside. He got the edge there, and you got to give credit to our receivers. Freeman that time on the outside, making a couple big blocks to free him up to give him the extra 10 yards.
Another first down, another timeout, I should say, for the Warriors. And that gives us a chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including Curry Equipment, your one-stop shop for power equipment in Crescent City and Brookings. Crescent City Glass. If it's glass, they work with it, serving you since 1947. Redwood Hotel Casino. Visit Yurok Country. Hotel, restaurant, casino, jet boat tours, and a lot more. Sutter Coast Hospital. Here for your care. More John, Napa Auto Parts Store. Count on More John to get you back on the road fast. Griffin's Furniture. Quality furniture at unbeatable prices. And Main Street Skate and Beaches Boutique, skate shop, jewelry, gifts, and apparel in the beautiful city of Brookings.
Big time out here by the Mariners. This is a huge stop for them. If they can get a stop here against the Warriors, which is very unlikely, they can hold them and try to not get more than a touchdown behind. Serious situation here is the Mariners have to kick off to the Warriors in the second half of this ball game. So the Warriors are going to get the ball right back.
First and goal from the 5. Del Norte leading 7-0 and threatening. Timeout over. They break the huddle. Pitch the ball. That is Mitchell, and he'll get inside the 5 to about the 2. Clock continues to run. It's going to be second and goal.
Good for 3 on the play. As the Warriors are going to let that clock run, they got time here.
They got plenty of time, and they still have a timeout in the pocket.
The last thing you want to do is give Monroe Catholic a couple of heaves here in the first half, so might as well use up this whole clock.
Freeman goes out wide to the right. Kalea pitches the ball. Mitchell again, left side, moving the pile and into the end zone. Kobe Mitchell from 2 yards out. Del Norte leads 13-0 pending the extra point.
You got to love the pitch back, and the quarterback leads through the hole as the Warriors have opposed their will here in the first half. 13-0 your score. Great job, Warriors.
44 seconds left here in the second quarter. Kenji Adams Lee on for the extra point. O.J. Kalea is the holder. Anthony Slayton is the long snapper. The right-footed kicker awaits the snap. It's high, but Kalea gets it down. The kick goes up. The kick is good.
Pulled it a little bit, but they're going to count it good. Great job by Kenji.
With 44 seconds left here in the first half.
That touchdown brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
The winner of this game advances to the championship game, something that Del Norte fans, you have to go back, near as we can tell, generations. It's hard to track down past about 1975. That's where the record seems to start getting a little shaky. But we know Del Norte has not been in the final since at least then.
I was born in 75, John.
And we know how old you are.
44 years ago. 44 years ago.
It may go back farther than that. Well, almost undoubtedly it does.
Almost back to when you were born, Stone Age kind of thing.
Yeah. They had to chase the Raptors off the field.
But they still used the same measuring stick.
Yes, the same. Don't get me started.
I always like to get you started on that.
And we got timeout on the field as, once again, Del Norte was just going to give it a little punch kick.
How many players they got out there? 2, 4, 6, 11 players, so I'm not sure.
Coach White is going to make sure he wants all his team to have complete understanding of what they want to do.
Well, there's two things here. Coach White might be thinking, maybe we kick it deep because we don't want to let them have 2 Hail Marys into the end zone by giving them good field position at the 40. But at the same time, you're giving them an opportunity to return something from like the 20 that they could get a big play on. So I think they wanted to talk about a little bit more as Coach Slayton came over and talked to Coach White and kind of wanted to figure out what they wanted to do there. That is an interesting dilemma when it comes to this kind of situation, especially when you have an explosive return team as this Mariner team does.
So Kenji Adams-Lee has the ball, getting ready to kick. Deep is okay. That's number 6, not number 8. That's Miko Reed. That's deep. There's the kick. And Reed is going to take it at his own 19-yard line. Trying to find some room. Kicks it out to the left. Got some. But eventually is going, he breaks a tackle. And he is down the left sideline. One man to break. And he gets tracked down. Boy, that turned out to be the wrong decision.
We talked about it. I know that's what was talked about in the huddle. Whether you're going to kick it short and not give him a return.
Nick Freeman ended up making the tackle, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mariners at the Del Norte 25-yard line with 31 seconds left.
And the Mariners do have a kicker, don't they, John?
They do. Kevin Cam. But they also have a very good quarterback in Bowen Dickstein. Threw for 3 touchdowns against Del Norte the first time these two teams played back on August 23rd. He's got the ball. The left-hander looking under pressure and goes down. Second sack of the night for the Warriors. Kai Ball. He had 3 sacks last week.
Kai Ball says, not on my field. I tell you what, the kid is a menace from the outside as he moved into tackle this week in the 4-4 front, but when they drop into the 3-5, he plays that offside tackle, and man, he is a load to bring down. He crashes down into the guard right there and collapses that pocket quickly.
Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 27-yard line. Timeout called by Monroe Catholic with 22 seconds left. Second sack of the night for the Warriors.
I'm Coach LaFazio. I'm watching out for the screenplay here, John, especially with the Warriors putting so much pressure on Dickstein. Look for him to maybe run back and try to find Eisen or somebody in the flats.
The senior quarterback will be in the shotgun. He's got running back to his right. Waiting for the snap. Now he has it. Left-hander, quick pass out in the flat, and threw it before the receiver was turned, and it falls harmlessly to the Mike Whalen Field turf.
Well, they had to do a timing pattern because Kai Baugh and you've got Mitchell on the others. Can you imagine having Kai Baugh and Mitchell from each side coming at you? That's like a nightmare, John.
19 seconds left.
He's got some happy feet back there.
3rd down and 12. 14-0 our score. Warriors in front here at the end of the first half. Dickstein's got the ball. Looking. He's under pressure, but he escapes. Throws in the middle. Caught inside the 5.
No timeouts left.
12 seconds to go. The Mariners rush to the line of scrimmage. Clock stops while they get the chains moved. Clock running. Spikes the ball with 7 seconds to go. Warriors have absolutely dominated this first half. Completely dominated. But if the Mariners can punch it in from inside the 5, it's going to be a one-score game.
Here we go.
And timeout is going to be called by Del Norte.
Great job by Coach Foz right here. You got 1 or 2 plays left here. The Warriors want to make sure that they don't give up one big here, but they threw that to the kid. He was on his knees at the 3-yard line. He slipped and fell, and the Warriors kind of left him be as Dick Stein scrambled out of the pocket. He actually hit him while he was on his knees at the 3-yard line.
Stay tuned for the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report coming up. We are going to talk about basketball season, just about 2 weeks away.
Just around the corner.
And we're going to start the season for both the boys and girls with home games.
Against Hoopa.
And then we're not going to be home for quite a while after that, so you definitely want to come to that first game. We'll talk about that. Also, we'll be talking about the Del Norte wrestling team. Their first match of the year will be right here, the Battle at the Border. So here we go, 7 seconds left, first half. Ball inside the 5. Let's call it the 4. Dick Stein in the shotgun, standing at his 10. Low snap, but he gets it. Pressure comes, throws, and it is dropped. Incomplete.
Incomplete. 3 seconds left. So they're going to get another play, John.
As Slayton came in and forced the quick pass, and he laid the lumber on Dick Stein.
That was a great call by the official over here, too, as he scooped it up off the ground. No instant replay here. We got to go by what he sees.
So here we go. Unless there's a penalty, this will be the final play of the half. Warriors holding on to a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. 3 seconds remaining. Dick Stein will be in the shotgun. Running back to his right. The senior quarterback, the lefty, gets it. Looking, quick throw, and it is incomplete.
Trevor Freeman.
No, not Trevor. Nick Freeman.
I'm sorry, Nick Freeman.
With the coverage, the Warriors escape. They'll go into the locker room at halftime with a 14-0 lead here in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. And coming up very, very gimpy is Nico Reed, the talented receiver from Monroe Catholic. But he's able to walk off the field as Del Norte's fans give their hometown heroes a big roar of approval.
Great job by the Warriors as they go off the field. And you know what? What a great play by Freeman right there. Timing that and knocking down and breaking up that play as it was just a simple slant play from the outside receiver.
It looked like he brought it in, and at the last instant, Freeman was able to knock it out as it landed about 5 yards away after he made contact with it. Our score at halftime, Del Norte 14, Monroe Catholic 0. We'll be back with the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the Redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for bulk landscaping products. With the uncertainty of winter weather here before you know it, Freeman Rock can get that rock delivered so what's left of your driveway doesn't end up where you don't want it. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment, supplying high-quality products in ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Put Freeman Rock on your job site. Call 541-469-2444 or go to our all-new interactive website, freemanrock.com.
It's about caring for those who cared for us. Sutter Coast Hospital is honored to support our veterans. As part of a new VA community care network, we deliver community care in support of veterans. If you served, we're here to provide you with health care close to home. Sutter Coast, it's 1,000 things, big and small. For more information, call TriWest at 855-722-2838. That's 855-722-2838.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605.
Hi, this is John Pritchett, and this is Warrior Focus. Former Del Norte High standout Austin Mitchell won his professional mixed martial arts debut. The former Austin Moore, who has been dominant in the amateur ranks, last week at Bear River Casino wasted little time in defeating Casey Sanders in the 185-pound class, winning with a guillotine choke in the first round. Del Norte High volleyball star Rennie Lofton was named to the Big Five Conference first team in a vote by coaches. Selected to the honorable mention squad was the Warriors' Carolyn Ham. Danica Scott closed a remarkable 4-year Del Norte High tennis career at the North Coast Section Championships Monday in the Bay Area. Scott lost her first-round match after winning this year's Humboldt Del Norte League title. Basketball season begins on December 3rd in Crescent City at Tunham Gymnasium when Hoopa Valley comes to town. The girls' teams will meet at 5 p.m. with the boys' squads to follow. After that, both Del Norte teams head over the hill for the Wairika tournaments December 5th through the 7th. The Del Norte wrestling team will begin its season at home Saturday, December 7th, playing host to the Battle at the Border tournament featuring teams from around the region. The all-day fair will be held in Tunham Gymnasium. Taking a look at some Warriors involved in college sports, Ethan King's Southern Oregon University football team has wrapped up its season with a disappointing 4-7 record. Also on the Raiders roster is Calvin Watwood from Brookings Harbor. Garrett McAlexander is part of the resurgence of the Shasta College football team. Last year, Shasta College was 2-8. This year, it's 7-3. It was a long season for the Humboldt State volleyball team, which included Del Norte's Kayla Costello. The Lumberjacks finished with a 5-20 record. For Warrior Focus, I'm John Pritchett.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. And now, with all your halftime stats, here's Mad Dog and John.
A dominant defensive performance by Del Norte has put the Warriors in the lead, 14-0 at halftime, over Monreau Catholic in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here on KPOD Crescent City, 97.9 FM, and around the world on the internet at delnortesports.com. And Mad Dog, it's hard to imagine a more impressive performance defensively than the one that the Warriors turned in the first and second quarters.
If you could ask for everything out of a team, I guarantee you Coach White's saying this in the locker room. This is exactly what we needed to do to beat a team like Monroe Catholic that has a lot of skilled players and a lot of big play opportunities. Keep the ball out of their hands and run the ball down the field, and that's exactly what the Warriors did. I mean, it was unbelievable, the execution we saw in this first half by this Del Norte Warrior team.
We unfortunately do not keep time of possession as a stat. However,
we can go the number of plays. That would definitely be
I would
telltale.
guess of the 24 minutes of football we just witnessed, Del Norte had the ball on offense for about 19 of them.
32 plays to 18 plays.
Let's recap the scoring. It's not going to take long at all, as the Warriors dominated the first quarter but did not score, but did on the very first play of the second quarter, as O.J. Kalea scored from 1 yard out and running behind his big center, Luke King. Kenji Adams-Lee's kick was good, and the Warriors led 7-0, 11:56 second quarter. And then with 44 seconds left, this time it was Kobe Mitchell from 2 yards out. Adams-Lee's kick was also good. It was 14-0. And then Del Norte kicked deep. After thinking about it for a second, decided to kick deep. And it was returned deep into Del Norte territory. They got the ball inside the 5, had 2 shots at scoring, did the Mariners, and the Warriors defense turned them both away. And so we are at halftime 14-0. With the winner of this game advancing to the Division V championship game next weekend against the number 1 seed, Encinal, which won last night 24-21 over De Anza. That game will be played someplace probably in the Santa Rosa area. It will not be a home game per se for the number 1 seed, but it'll be in their backyard.
It'll be in a neutral site, but it'll be in the area of the 1 seed. So the question will be, where will it be in the East Bay? So that'll be the question. Or if they can't find a location or logistics in the East Bay, then the game could get moved to maybe the Santa Rosa area, maybe down to Petaluma or a situation like that. But it'll definitely be a long road trip for the Warriors next week if they can end up winning this game.
One I don't think they'll mind making.
No.
But there's still
historical drive.
Still 2 quarters of football left here today, and you've got some stats for us.
Some great stats when it comes to the Warriors side. 29 rushes for 194 yards of rushing, and it was Cox Cooley's night, or first half. He had 13 carries for 108 yards, and Mitchell had 9 carries for 41. Blackburn, 6 carries for 43. Blackburn is now 16 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. Congratulations to Mr. Chase Blackburn. Taking a look at the Monroe Catholic side, and like I said earlier, 18 plays from the line of scrimmage. 9 rushes for minus 11 yards. Do I say that again?
You say it again.
For a rushing team like Monroe Catholic, they rushed the ball 9 times for minus 11 yards.
Whew. Well, let's take a quick look at Del Norte High basketball. And as mentioned just a few moments ago on Warrior Focus, the season will start for both the Del Norte boys and girls teams on December 3rd in Tunin Gymnasium, a rare home game early in the season for both teams, as Hoopa Valley's boys and girls team will come to Crescent City.
Well, when it comes to the Hoopa program, you know, even though they are in the Little 5, the Little 4, the Little 5, I'm not sure how it's going to shape up this year, but definitely in the smaller division, they always have a lot of pride and some pretty quality basketball teams when it comes that way. They always have a great following. They'll have tons of fans here that night, so we got to make sure we pack Tunin Gymnasium, because the Hoopa Valley Warriors, they travel well.
And it's going to be a new head coach for the Del Norte boys team. However, it's a very familiar face.
Mr. Mark Slayton will be the head coach for the Warriors. Great job for Mark. Mark coached the JV team last year and has been coaching a lot of these kids that are seniors now through their AAU seasons the last 3 or 4 years. He knows these kids. His son plays with them, and I've watched him coach these kids since they were, 14, 15, 13 years old. So great to see him out there getting that head coaching spot. He's definitely familiar to the head coaching jobs as basketball.
Of course, he is a Del Norte High graduate, and in the 1990s, he was the head coach of the Del Norte High girls teams, and where they advanced to the playoffs several times. That was the Megan McMillan-led teams. And speaking of the girls, it's going to be a very interesting season.
Del Norte, a record-breaking season last year, but they've got some holes they have to fill.
They lost Kalea Sanchez. Obviously, she's off. Honestly, shout out to Kalea Sanchez. They ended up being co-champs in the Big 8 in the JC level volleyball. She's playing volleyball down at Sierra College, so great job to Kalea Sanchez. But she's not on the basketball team this year. And Bella Stone moved away to the Medford area. So 2 big holes. That's probably about 35, 40 points a game from last year. But stepping back into the role is Olivia Stillwell. Did not play last year, played the 2 years prior, played varsity when Del Norte made the run against Cardinal Newman 2 years ago as a freshman or sophomore. So Olivia Stillwell's back this year to play. That's going to help out. And, James Clifton, back for her junior year, great point guard, great scorer. She's going to have to step up and be more of a scorer this year with Bella Stone gone and Sanchez. And Michaela Jackson, off of an injury, it's soccer. I know they're trying to take care of her ankle and her ankle situation and try to get her back out there on the court, but she'll be a beast underneath. And hopefully the Warrior girls can keep up with their tradition from last year, as they had a great season.
I'm still recovering from that charge call on Kalea in that last playoff game that was initially called as a block, which it was block. Everybody in the chimney. Never mind.
Was that against Monroe Catholic?
I can't remember. I'm still recovering. Anyway, also let's touch bases with wrestling real quick. First match of the season will be a tournament here in Tuna Gymnasium in Crescent City, the Battle at the Border.
I talked to Coach Shad before the game as I was down there enjoying one of his cheeseburgers he's got down here for the wrestling team, and he says, man, I'm going to be in contact with you that weekend, as he is pretty high on his wrestling team this year. He's got a full girls squad this year. First time ever in Del Norte history, they have a full squad, as in they can fill up most of the weight classes on the girls' side. And on the boys' side, he says, we got some special wrestlers, very talented squad from top to bottom this year. So that tournament, you don't get to see the wrestlers very often in Tuna Gymnasium. Get out that first week of December and watch them great wrestling. We'll keep you updated on when they're wrestling and how they're doing throughout the basketball non-conference schedule.
That'll be on Saturday, December 7th, an all-day affair. Well, we're going to be back with a look at the second half in just a moment. Our score here at halftime, Del Norte 14, Monroe Catholic 0. The Warriors 24 minutes away from a berth in the NCS Championship game. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Del Norte Warrior Sports. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Thanks to our legendary sportscasters.
And thanks to Elk Valley Casino, Hemmingson Contracting, Del Norte Tire, H&R Block, Hambro WSG, and Harbrook Jewelers.
Listen to Del Norte Warrior games online at delnortesports.com and at 97.9 K-Pod. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Go Warriors!
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the Redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for bulk landscaping products. With the uncertainty of winter weather here before you know it, Freeman Rock can get that rock delivered so what's left of your driveway doesn't end up where you don't want it. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment, supplying high-quality products in ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Put Freeman Rock on your job site. Call 541-469-2444 or go to our all-new interactive website, freemanrock.com.
Del Norte Warrior Sports, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Thanks to our legendary sportscasters.
And thanks to England Marine, Park City Superette, Suburban Propane, Curry Equipment, Crescent City Glass, and Redwood Hotel Casino.
Listen to Del Norte Warrior games online at delnortesports.com and at 97.9 K-Pod. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Go Warriors!
It's about caring for those who cared for us. Sutter Coast Hospital is honored to support our veterans. As part of a new VA community care network, we deliver community care in support of veterans. If you served, we're here to provide you with health care close to home. Sutter Coast, it's 1,000 things, big and small. For more information, call TriWest at 855-722-2838. That's 855-722-2838.
Download Warrior Sports, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Thanks to our legendary sportscasters.
And thanks to Center Coast Hospital, More John Napa Auto Parts Store, Griffin's Furniture, and Main Street Skate and Beaches Boutique.
Listen to Del Norte Warrior Games online at delnortesports.com and at 97.9 K-Pod. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field. 14-0 our score here at halftime over Monreau Catholic in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. John Pritchett, John Horner with you. Want to give a quick hello to legendary Warrior coach Larry Amos, who's listening, and you have some friends that aren't even in the country.
Yeah, we got alumni all over the world listening in as the Warriors are looking to make history tonight. Scott Herrick in Nevada listening in, and I know there's tons more out there listening around the North State and in all over the United States. So tune in, and I got you guys. Go Warriors.
Technically, Nevada is still part of the nation.
Yeah?
It is, yeah, really.
Yeah.
Vegas is not part of the planet, I have to say
Definitely
that.
different, John.
Yeah, it is.
It's different over there.
Okay, Mad Dog, what do the Warriors need to do in the second half with this 14-0 lead, 24 minutes away from a berth in the title game?
More important than ever is that big play and to give Monroe Catholic any kind of momentum at all. It's going to be huge that the Warriors oppose their will on the front line, whether it be offense or defensive line. The line is going to win the second half right here. Question is, can this Warrior front line continue to do what they do?
This has been the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report. The Hiuchi Hamlet, which has hot drinks and cold snacks. It has cold drinks and hot snacks. It has everything you want, everything you need. In fact, if they don't have it, you don't need it. The Hiuchi Hamlet, located on U.S. Highway 199 in
Hiuchi.
We are just seconds away from the second half getting going. Warriors will receive the opening kickoff, and Warriors half expecting an onside kick, leading 14-0. Here's the Monroe Catholic kick straight down the middle, and it's going to be snagged at the 18-yard line and brought right back up the field, trying to find some room, but getting tackled at the 32.
Cox Cooley
is Levi Cox Cooley. Delmar will take over 1st and 10 from the 33, leading 14-0.
Big possession for the Warriors here. Man, if you want to put the Mariners in a really, really tough spot in the second half, is drive down the field and get a score right here. This could be a huge drive for the Warriors here.
First and 10. Tight formation again. Handoff right up the middle. Punishing run. That's Kobe Mitchell, and he'll get past the 35, actually all the way out to the 38-yard line. Gain of, let's call it 4, and it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Great hole, great burst of speed by Mitchell right there. One thing about Mitchell when he gets the ball from that fullback spot is he hits the hole hard, and his momentum picks up yards every time.
And then he hits the first person who tries to tackle him hard. Handoff, Cox Cooley, blockers in front of him, turns upfield, and will get first down yardage, just enough to move the chains all the way to the 44-yard line.
Cox Cooley has owned the Mariners now for the second game in a row. 14 carries now for Cox Cooley as he runs over the Mariner defense.
Cox Cooley, who had 123 yards rushing the first time these two teams met back on August 23rd. A 2019 victory in Hayward, California to start the season. 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Blackburn goes in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Instead, it goes right up the middle to near midfield for the Warriors.
Cox Cooley with the underplay right there, picking up 5.
2nd and 5 coming up. as Warriors picking up exactly where they left off in the first half, just running the ball.
It's called grinding it out.
I believe that Del Norte just attempted 2 passes in the first half. Good for 1 completion. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 49. Blackburn in motion, gets the ball, cuts it up, and will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fumble.
Did the ball came loose?
Yep. Blackburn lost it.
And the first turnover of the night has been recovered by Monroe Catholic at midfield.
Tough break for the Warriors. Blackburn tried to pick up a couple extra yards there and ended up getting hit from the backside as the ball popped out. So the Mariners take over in Warrior territory at about the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 for Monroe Catholic. Del Norte leading 14-0, but the Mariners in terrific field position after the first turnover of the evening. Dickstein, who was corralled, sacked twice in the first half, will go under center. Hands the ball off, finding some room before getting upended is Devin Arnold. Gio Gonzalez was able to trip him up, but not before he gets to the 42-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 3.
Little momentum, a little bit of fire coming off that line for the Mariners here. The Warriors have got to step it back up right here. They're in that 4-4 front.
Dickstein, man in motion, stops, handoff, 1st down and more, accelerating and gone. That is Devin Arnold, and he scores from 42 yards out.
That was that big play right there. Big hole up front with the line. Great job at halftime with their blocking assignments as he barely got touched the whole way down the field. 42-yard touchdown.
And just like that, Del Norte's 2-touchdown lead has been cut in half with 9:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter. In for the extra point is Kevin Tan. Kick is up, and it is good. Got it just inside the left upright. And just like that, it's 14-7. Del Norte in front.
Turnover and a big play causes a 7-point turnaround here for the Warriors. The Warriors getting smacked here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The question is, how can they fight back right here? This is what it's all about in high school football when it comes to semifinal championship games. It's who's going to impose themselves and keep pushing the ball down the field.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes McFerrin's Tax and Bookkeeping Services for tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services. Lucky 7 Casino, their number 1 for fun, and Eco Nutrients, local organic fertilizers for the backyard gardener in you.
The Warriors came out flat, John.
And the Mariners came out ready to catch some fish.
Wow, that was good.
Thank you.
Very good, John.
A 42-yard touchdown run by Devin Arnold. No surprise there. He's averaging more than 15 yards a carry. Warriors defense had completely bottled up the Mariners offense. We got a fan in Texas that's listening. Kelly S.
Kelly's listening.
Here's Tan's kick. Gives it a boot, and it's going to land and spin sideways. Warriors are able to pick it up and quickly brought out of bounds at around the 20-yard line, probably inside the 20 on the far side. And that'll be where Del Norte takes over. Still leading 14-7, but after fumbling in midfield and giving up a 42-yard touchdown run, the Warriors are definitely going to try to get some momentum back on their side of the field.
Interesting to see this possession right here and see if that Warrior offensive line can gather the momentum. Nothing could take energy out of you except for a long drive. Let's see if the Warriors can get back on track here.
1st and 10 from the 18. Counterplay, it's Blackburn coming around the left side, being chased and tracked down from behind. Nice play by Elarms Orr, who gets Blackburn down at the 24. Still a gain of 6.
We'll cut in the middle. I'll buy
6,
that.
yeah, it's 6. Second down on his way.
Great job by Blackburn getting to the outside, but this is the difference between this team and a lot of teams we've faced, is the team speed to track Blackburn down from the backside and not stay away from the big play.
Kalea goes under center. He hands it off. Right up the middle is Mitchell, and he will get to the 25, but no more. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
As this Mariner defense is fired up. Big 3rd down here for the Warriors. Got to move the chains here and stop the momentum.
Nose of the football touching the 25. They have to get it to the 28. And you're right, this is an important play early in the 3rd quarter. 14-7 our score on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Warriors break the huddle. Kaleha goes under center. Man in motion. Handoff, double handoff. Blackburn right side. 1st down and more. Still on his feet. Finally gets upended at the 43-yard line. Del Norte has used that play once in a while. It was sure effective right when they needed it to be.
19-yard gain by Blackburn. What a great play call by Chris White. Sometimes we don't give him a lot of credit during a game, but that was a great play call, great design by Coach Chris White. 19-yard gain.
1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 44-yard line. 7:43 remaining 3rd quarter. 14-7 our score on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. We are at Mike Whalen Field. It's the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. Kaleha hands the ball off. Levi Cox-Cooley, right side, squares his shoulders. 1st down inside Monreau Catholic territory to near the 40-yard line.
14-yard rumble and stumble to the outside. Everybody going one way, and Cox-Cooley just following the lead. 14-yard gain.
And just like that, Del Norte's finding the momentum once again. It has been able to run all night against this Monroe Catholic defense. They break the huddle. Man coming in motion. Blackburn gets the ball, cuts it up in the middle, and will pick up 1 or 2. He'll get it to the 40 before getting pushed back, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Good for 2 yards for Blackburn. Blackburn hitting a wall right there as this Mariner front line says, you're not going to take that first line of attack, and they have definitely stopped it. Linebackers are crashing the A-gap.
That's a pretty large front line. 285, 250, 272.
And the subs they bring in are even just as big.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 40. Kaleha hands the ball off. Coming around left side with some room. 1st down and more. Stutter step. Cox-Cooley gets it down to the 25-yard line. Another 1st down for the Warriors as Cox-Cooley, the team's leading rusher this season, the junior, 5'8", showing off his heart, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 24.
18-yard carry, sealed the outside, Del Norte did, and great blocking downfield by Freeman right there to pick up the extra 5 or 6. 18-yard carry for Cox-Cooley. As Cox-Cooley just broke 150 for the night, John. 152 on 17 carries.
That puts him over 1,300 yards now. Kaleha looking over to the sideline. Now he gets it, hands it off. Cox-Cooley goes to the right, cuts it back to the center, and is going to pick up a couple before being brought down.
Coach White says, don't waste a timeout, just give it to Cooley. We'll get 3 yards and live to fight another day.
But he'll place the ball at the 21. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 on the way. 5:48 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-7 our score. Del Norte in front with the ball.
Big possession here if we can get in the end zone, John. Gives the momentum back to the home team.
Man in motion is Cox-Cooley. Gets the ball, sees a hole up the middle.
Great job.
Plows forward, and it's going to be 3rd down.
I like that, John. It was a sweep play to the outside, and Cox-Cooley saw that it was going to get stopped out there. He leaned forward, got what they're going to give him, picked up 3 yards, and brings up a manageable 3rd and 4 here.
Ball at the 19-yard line, inside the KPOD red zone. They need to get to just to the 15-yard line. Big 3rd down right here. Under center, pitch play. Mitchell up the middle, plowing for it. First down on all the way to near the 10-yard line. The big senior was not to be denied. First down, Del Norte.
Good for 8 yards on the play. I love that play, John. OJ pitches it back, and he leads the block. Everybody goes down doing that off tackle right there, and what a great play.
Kaleha, 6 foot and 200 pounds, a very solid 200 pounds.
And a great blocker downfield.
Ball at the 11.
So still got the opportunity for a first down at the 1 here.
Kaleha goes under center, split running backs. Same play, Mitchell behind the pile, lowers his head inside the 10 to near the 6-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. And it's going to be 2nd and 5. 4:15 to go, 3rd quarter. 14 score. Del Norte leading on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard.
We got 4 coaches on the field for the Mariners.
And timeout is going to be called by Monreau Catholic. And that could be noteworthy. Does give us a chance to say hello to Crescent City Les Schwab Tire Center, where doing the right thing matters. Del Norte Ambulance, now and always, dedicated to serving. Fort Dick Market and Deli, your neighborhood store on Lake Earl Drive. Crescent Cabinets, well, if you need new cabinets, call Crescent Cabinets.
Why not?
And McDonald's. Stop by after the game. I'm loving it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I knew you were going to do that.
It's like my Hayuchi call. You got to have it. Del Norte doing a great job, just what they needed to do. What a great start for the quarter for the Mariners as they caused a fumble at midfield. 2 plays later, touchdown for the Mariners, cut the lead to 7. But the Warriors have taken the ball from their own 17-yard line all the way down the field inside the Mariners' 10 and are looking to put a score up with only 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter.
I want to give a congratulations to Danica Scott, who concluded an outstanding 4-year career as part of the Del Norte girls tennis team after winning the conference title. The league title. She advanced to the North Coast section tournament. Congratulations to Danica. So here we go. 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 6. Deep in Monreau Catholic territory. Twin running backs, same play. Mitchell running behind, still moving, stretching out. He's down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Great job by Mitchell. I don't know how you stop that play, John. You send 2 running backs and a pulling guard into that hole, and then you pitch the ball, and the quarterback leads it also.
With Anthony Slayton, Noah Yang, and Luke King on that left side, it's a potent force. Don't be surprised to see it again. Or
number 77 is Seifu, the sophomore, 6'4", 285 at nose tackle. Will OJ get by him? Nobody's over OJ. Over King, so this could be a QB sneak right here.
It worked once before. That's what they do. The pile moves. Touchdown, Del Norte, and it wasn't even close.
It's amazing that they wouldn't do anything there. OJ right there, nobody over the center. OJ just snapped it and ran in the end zone. Amazing. If you've seen a film on Del Norte, you know we're on the 1. OJ's keeping it. Great job by OJ, though, leaning forward, following Luke King in the end zone.
We started this drive by saying that Del Norte needed to reestablish momentum. It did.
How many times have they answered that way this year, John? What a great job.
Here's Kenji Adams-Lee's extra point kick. It's good. Del Norte extends the lead with 3:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's the Warriors 21, Monreau Catholic 7.
And that touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Warrior Athletics also brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, including Affordable Tow, dependable, fast, and reliable when your vehicle isn't. Chawel Ben Hartwick. Good luck, Warriors, from Team CBH, your local accounting and tax firm, and Oat Hill Organic Beef, local grass-fed organic Angus beef. 21-7 our score. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here at Mike Whalen Field. The semifinals of the Division 5 North Coast Section playoffs. Del Norte looking to advance to the championship game for the first time in generations. Monroe Catholic was there just a year ago. Our score is 21-7. Del Norte will be kicking off right to left. And it is an onside kick, and it's going to be recovered at the 50-yard line by Monroe Catholic. And that'll be where the Mariners will take over, as Del Norte decided they were not kicking deep again.
Absolutely not. It'd be interesting to see if the Warriors' defense shifts up here. I'm guessing at halftime, maybe the defensive philosophy is that the Mariners are going to come out and throw the ball. But exactly the opposite of what they did the first two plays from the line of scrimmage. See if the Warriors kind of shift up here and stack that box again.
Ball exactly on the 50-yard line, the near side hash mark. Two running backs. And Bowen Dickstein, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Hands it off to the running back. Gets away from Connor Long, but can't get away from Anthony Slayton. Running the ball was Fresh Eisen, who has been ineffective tonight. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Two rushes for -8 yards for the Division I prospect.
Instead, it has been Devin Arnold, who had a 42-yard touchdown scamper earlier this quarter. 2nd down. Dickstein in the shotgun. Has it. Throws, and it's incomplete, and they're going to call pass interference against Gio Gonzalez. They say he got there a beat early.
That was a great play by Gio Gonzalez as he threw his hand right out front. He might have got his hand on the back first, but, man, that was a bang-bang play. Great job by Gio. He's going to get the call, though.
First penalty of the second half. Personal foul, face mask.
So as he went across the front to knock down that ball, he must have got a part of the face mask.
First down for the Mariners, just their 4th of the night, and puts the ball on the Warrior 35-yard line. 21-7 our score. Del Norte in front. 2:41 remaining third quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. 1st and 10 for Monroe Catholic. They'll send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Single running back. Bowen Dickstein, the quarterback, the lefty in the shotgun, standing at the 40-yard line. Has the ball, takes a few steps back, looks, pressure comes. Now he's going to run, throws it over the middle, incomplete.
Great job by the defense, right? And a good job by the Mariners front line, as Dickstein had plenty of time there, but the secondary from the Warriors did not bend there and couldn't find anybody to throw to.
Give credit to Nick Freeman, Levi Cox Cooley, and safety Caleb Price, who is concentrating simply on defense. He is not being used on offense, the team's leading receiver, as the Warriors have decided they can run the ball all night. They don't need the passing attack. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, rolling out to his left is Dickstein. He's going to throw deep and airmails it over the head of his intended receiver. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Not quite sure how they thought they were going to pull off a double move on the Warrior pass rush, but that was a slant inside and then a go to the outside, and Dickstein had to get rid of that thing way earlier than he wanted to.
Freeman and Price on the coverage. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
I think for success in the passing game, Monroe's got to stick with the quick slants and get the ball out, especially when you got Mitchell and Baugh chasing you around the backfield.
2 receivers go out wide to the left, 2 to the right. Near side hash mark. Running back Arnold to the right of Dickstein. Back to pass. Pressure comes, throws over the middle, hits his receiver, and he drops it. He had Salazar Alexander wide open right at the first down line as Kai Ba was coming in and applying some serious pressure. It's going to be 4th and 10, and it would appear that the Mariners are going to go for it.
Dickstein was walking off like he wasn't going to, and coach sent him back out on the field.
The Mariners, down by 2 touchdowns, are going to go for it with the ball on their own on the Del Norte 35. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. In the shotgun is Dickstein. Warriors not showing blitz, but said they are coming. Now Dickstein's going to run, lobs it out. It's caught and bounces off one would-be tackler going down the sideline, still on his feet, and finally goes down inside the 5. What a play. I believe that was Salazar Alexander.
30-yard play as Dickstein with his feet created some more time, and as the coverage broke down, found Reed, and what a great job.
Was it Nico Reed?
Yeah, 6.
Nico Reed got it, avoided one tackler, bounced off another, and got it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Eisen up the middle, and he's quickly stopped. No gain on the play. Still 2nd and goal now from the 5. Luke King at the bottom of the pile. They'll put the ball exactly on the 5. Warriors up 21-6, 1:45 to go, 3rd quarter. Sorry, 21-7. Fresh ball is brought in for the Mariners.
1:35. Big stop here for the Warriors.
They rush to the line of scrimmage. Pressure comes, throws over the middle. It's incomplete. As Dickstein got crunched.
Freeman and Price was not going to fall for it either, as they showed run and faked it. It was a jailbreak against Dickstein back there.
Connor Long put Dickstein on his back. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5.
They're going to spread out. They're not going to go in that same bunch formation.
Dickstein all by himself in the backfield, in the shotgun. Quarterback draw, and timeout's going to be called by the Mariners. That is their 2nd of the half. They have just 1 left. Monroe Catholic coach Rob Guttrell.
Pretty frustrated with this team lining up in the wrong formation, John.
He's saying that we're going to make our stand right here. We have to score right now because we have not been able to stop Del Norte's ground game all night long.
You cannot afford to knock down by 2 touchdowns or even 3 touchdowns with the Warriors. So this is a huge, huge 2 plays here for the Mariners.
Noah Yang on the sideline battling some cramping issues. Warriors have already lost 1 starting offensive lineman as Trevor Freeman was carted off after just the initial couple minutes of the game. He's hydrating now on the bench. So here we go. It's 3rd and goal from the 5. Spread look by the Mariners.
With 1 back. That's Arnold.
That is Devin Arnold. He is Monroe Catholic's lone touchdown tonight. In the shotgun, there's the snap. Back to pass. Swings it out to Arnold. Coming around the right side. He will still on his feet, but finally brought down all the way back at the 15. Levi Cox Cooley with a lot of help from Luke King.
Loss of 6 on the play. Great job by the Warrior defense.
It will be 4th and goal from the 10.
Play the game. Play the game right here, John. 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. If the Warriors can get a stop here, it puts Monroe Catholic in a big hole.
Arnold will be at the timeout being called this time by Del Norte.
As Coach LaFazio understands the importance of this call. I mean, look at it this way, John. 1 quarter left. You're down by 2 touchdowns. This one play, you either score 7 or you give Del Norte back the ball that has been running over you all day.
Trailing by 14.
With 1 quarter left. This is literally the biggest play of the game for the Mariners right here.
The winner of this game advances to the Division V championship game next week down in the Bay Area someplace against number 1 seed Encinal. Del Norte is the number 2 seed with its 10-1 record, having won the Big Four conference title, the only loss this year in Klamath Falls to a very good Mazama team.
The respect that HDN is getting in the North Coast sections these days is much deserved, as the Fortuna Huskies have won the division, this division of play, the last 2 years, and now Del Norte's knocking on the door once again. You got to love the HDN pride right here. Big 4th down and goal right here, John.
2 receivers go out to the left, the wide side of the field. 1 comes out to the right. Slot back with Arnold to the right. Back to pass, quick throw. Jump ball look, incomplete.
No penalty.
With the coverage, Chase Blackburn. Warriors hold, and that is your Sequake play of the game.
Chase Blackburn with perfect coverage to the outside as it was a corner route, time pattern, and what a play by Chase Blackburn.
We do have a penalty flag that was thrown way after the play was done.
Head coach.
And here it comes, unsportsmanlike conduct against Monroe Catholic.
The head coach from Monroe Catholic met the official at about the 10-yard line.
Rob
very
Cottrell.
upset with that situation.
So that will put the ball in better field position as Del Norte takes over 1st and 10 from the 25. With 36 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Del Norte with its 21-7 lead and the ball.
What a stand by the Warriors right there. Whew. I was on my feet there, John.
You were. I
don't
saw
know
you
if you really
stand
noticed.
up.
I got a little excited. I got a little module. I was yelling on the mic.
No.
That's what Mad Dog's supposed to do, though.
Yeah, that is.
How important that big play was.
Tight formation for Del Norte.
Run the ball.
1st and 10 from their own 25. Twin running backs behind. Man in motion, getting the ball, running right up the middle. I believe that's Cox Cooley.
Blackburn.
No, it's Chase Blackburn. And he'll get it out to the 28. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 coming up. And actually will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. No reason for Del Norte to run one. Warriors trade scores with the Mariners in the 3rd quarter. Arnold with a 42-yard touchdown run for the Mariners to cut Del Norte's halftime lead of 14 down to 7, but the Warriors respond as O.J. Kalea plunges in from 1 yard out. And after 3 quarters here in the semifinals of the North Coast Section playoffs, it's Del Norte 21, Monroe Catholic 7. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Kai Baugh of the Del Norte High football team. The senior, who was injured in the first half of the year, has been a defensive force of nature in the second half for the Warriors. Against Alhambra in the first round of the North Coast Section playoffs, Baugh had 3 defensive sacks in the first half as Del Norte dominated Alhambra 41-6. Kai Baugh, your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
21-7 our score. 12 minutes from keeping Del Norte out of the playoffs, out of the championship game, Del Norte's so close. It's been so long, perhaps forever, since Del Norte has been to the title game. They have the ball, 2nd and 7. Handoff up the middle to the 30-yard line is Kobe Mitchell. Gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. And this is the point of the game, Mad Dog, where Del Norte has just wore down their opposition this season.
Absolutely, and this is exactly where it's got to happen. Right now, this is how we've won games, is in the fourth quarter. Big 3rd down here for the Warriors, though. If you want to keep the Mariners on their heels, big 3rd and 5 here.
Ball sitting on the 30-yard line. Kalea, the senior quarterback, 2-year starter, hands the ball off, and Cox Cooley loses his footing as he tried to go around the left side. It's a loss on the play. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and punt team is going to come on. And that's not good news. That sends Nico Reed back, and the Mariners...
They're switching it. They're putting Eisen back. They need a return. They're going to put their big prospect out there. Hasn't been able to do anything from the backfield, but...
Here comes Kenji Adams-Lee. And if there's ever been a time he needed to get off a boomer, there's the snap. There's the kick. It's very high. Taken by Eisen, and he muffs it. It's a loose ball. Who comes up with it? It looks like the Mariners did, but all the way back at the 33-yard line.
You run into that situation where you're putting a running back there that hasn't fielded too many punts.
And he didn't come close to it.
He looked up before he caught that one.
And we have a penalty on the flag against Monroe Catholic, holding.
And that was going to be on the return, I'm guessing. So it'll be another 10 yards.
We will find out for sure. And everybody's marching back, holding Monroe Catholic. Just the 5th penalty of the night against the Warriors. And so what everybody feared on the Del Norte side of the stands of a punt return instead will end up being 1st and 10 for the Mariners all the way back at the 23-yard line. 10:25 left. Warriors leading by 14. Dickstein under center. Hands it off to Arnold, and he gets loose. Just when it looked like he was going to be tackled, he gets all the way past the 35 to the 36. Just the 5th first down of the night for Monroe Catholic.
Once again, right up the middle with Arnold. They were successful in the first drive. He broke the second one he had. They went away from him in the last drive. They threw the ball 3 times.
They end up marking it at the 36. Hand off Arnold again. Right up the middle. This time, no gain.
They went to the well one too many times up the middle on Faulkner right there.
Faulkner, King. And also Chase Blackburn, who comes up a little bit gimpy. He's trying to walk it off. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30, just past the 35-yard line. Dickstein going under center now for this series. Man in motion. Now goes back the other way. Handoff. Eisen goes nowhere. A loss on the play. Connor Long.
Kaiba. Kaiba says not here.
A loss of 2. It will be 3rd and 12. 9 minutes left in the game.
And that was Kaiba from the opposite side tackle, sliding over and making the backside play as Connor Long sealed the edge.
Big 3rd down for Del Norte's defense. 3 men. Rush. Back to pass. Dickstein. Lots of time. Throwing deep over the middle, over the head of his intended receiver. On the coverage, Caleb Price. It will be 4th and 11.
Punt team's coming on. He's going to trust his defense here. Or a possible fake punt. You're running out of time here, Mr. Pritchett, when you have a team that likes to run the ball.
8:41. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass. Kevin Tan in punt formation. Back deep is Levi Cox-Cooley. There's the snap. It's a little high, but he tracks it down. He is punting it.
Get away.
It lands and will take a Monroe Catholic bounce and die exactly on the 25-yard line. 8:31 to go. Our score, Del Norte 21, Monroe Catholic 7. Warriors are that far away from advancing to the Division V championship game.
There was 6 minutes left in the game last time down at Monroe Catholic when we had a 2019 score, and the Warriors ran out the clock 6 minutes. Can the Warriors do it once again right here to finish off the Mariners? Can they march the ball down the field and execute?
Receiver goes out wide to the left. Twin running backs behind O.J. Kaleha. Pitch play. Coming back the other way and finding some running room is Kobe Mitchell. He gets it out to the 38. First down, Del Norte. That play was designed to go to the left. He saw it was clogged up, turned around, and accelerated to the first down.
Great job by Mitchell right there. That was that pitch back, and O.J. leads the way. He saw everybody read the play, slid back off the pile, and went for 12 yards the other direction. Now, O.J. Kaleo will come to the line every time, and he'll watch that back judge. The back judge will be counting off when he gets to 5, and they will make sure they use all the clock every play right here.
8 minutes remaining. 8 minutes away from a championship berth. Pitch play again. Left side, Mitchell gets it past the 40 to about the 42. Gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And here's always the amazing thing. They've been substituting 3 defenders at a time. The Mariners have, and the Warriors have 9 hats on the sidelines. Probably 4 or 5 of them haven't played much. But let's look at all the breath out there on that Warrior front line. They're tired, but they get after it all the way to the end.
The Ironmen.
Unbelievable.
They played most of the season with about 20 players on their varsity roster. They brought up 3 or 4 from the JVs for the playoffs.
You got to love the mentality, John.
Come to the line of scrimmage, and timeout is called by Del Norte. They'll have 1 remaining.
Coach Chris White bringing them over. Let that time run down to 1 there and getting that timeout. Really important you didn't take a delay game there in a situation where you're really trying to run the ball out. You didn't want to go to 2nd and 10. Great job calling the timeout and get a chance to make sure you got a couple more plays for that first.
Members of the legendary Sportscasters Club include Del Norte Office Supply. Customer service, you should expect that. Porta Pints, proud sponsor of our hometown Warriors. Go Del Norte. Brookings Harbor Veterinarian Hospital, caring for our four-legged friends, and the Clubhouse Play Center and Daycare for a drop-in play and daycare. Stop by 745 Railroad in Brookings.
Some stuff noted. We got an update from Kalea Sanchez. Not only were they co-champs of the Big 8, but Kalea Sanchez was selected to the first team, all-conference team, and also all-Northern California region team.
What school was she?
Sierra College, and she's playing volleyball.
And where is Sierra College?
In Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Great job, Kalea, and we knew that Kalea was something special when she came out of high school, and congratulations to her as she led the Sierra team in every category this year. As I watched the stats on the website, so congratulations to her.
2nd down and 5 coming up after the timeout. Ball at the Del Norte 42-yard line. Kaleha.
A fumble, snap.
And Kalea jumps on it himself as he pulled away from center Luke King just a little bit too soon. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. The ball now at the 41.
Now's not the time not to execute, John. You've worked all season for this last 6 minutes.
6.5 minutes remaining. 21-7 our score. Del Norte in front of Monreau Catholic in the semifinals. Warriors, tight formation again as they run to the huddle. Man in motion. Coxcooley gets the ball. Cuts it up, but will not even get to the line of scrimmage. There is a penalty flag on the play. That stops the clock with 6:16 to go, fourth quarter.
Holding against the Warriors, my guess is it'll be declined as there was a 2-yard loss on the play as the Mariners saw that big stack left side and they broke through with a blitz.
Kenji Adams-Lee comes onto the field. The penalty is declined. Going back deep for the Mariners will be Nico Reed.
They're not going to switch this time, are they, John?
After the adventure with Fresh Eisen back there, the talented running back who's been utterly bottled up.
Great punt last time by Kenji.
The senior getting ready to receive the snap from Anthony Slayton. It's perfect. There's the kick. Not very deep. It will not be returned. It does take a bounce backward, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mariners at about the 40, but there is a penalty flag here on the near side of the field.
Odd place for him to throw it and leave it right there.
Because the ball was all the way on the other side, holding
goodness.
against Monreau Catholic.
On the return. So the ball was going to be placed at the 40, and it's going to get marched back to the 30 now. 5:48 left here, John, in the fourth quarter. Del Norte leading 21-7. Can the defense hold? One more time, John, one more time.
Here comes the official signal. Holding. Monreau Catholic. Ball is marked. On the far side hash mark, they're going to place it at the 31. 1st and 10. 5:48 to go. Del Norte leading 21-7. How long has Warrior fans waited for a chance? Back to pass as Dickstein throws out in the flat. It's batted down.
Kobe Mitchell.
Mitchell reached up with his big claw and batted it to the Mike Whalen Field turf. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 5:44 remaining.
Mitchell did a great job. Knew he wasn't going to get there that time and just stood straight back and read the pass and jumped up and knocked it down. Great football IQ right there. As the Warriors are only sending 3 right now.
Blackburn acting like he's going to come on a blitz. Instead, he's going to cover the swing man. Dickstein throws it over the middle, incomplete, over the head of his intended receiver. Connor Long on the coverage. It's 3rd and 10. Clock stop, 5:39 to go.
You know, we saw this with Alhambra, too, as even though the Warriors aren't getting to Dickstein, he's just got happy feet back there. Didn't really set up and throw that ball well. He threw off his back foot. Just seems to be just a little out of sorts back there in the pocket.
The ghost of Warrior heroes from the past gathered around as Del Norte moves closer and closer to a berth in the championship game. Dickstein scrambling for his life, finally throws.
There's a hold.
And the pass is caught inbounds, but there is a penalty flag, and it is holding against Monreau Catholic.
That was classic. Kai Ball was reaching out with one hand to grab the quarterback, and the offensive lineman was grabbing him from the other side back with the other one.
5:32 to go. We mentioned some of the names, Pierce and Freeman and Rook and Hoffman, Moretti, Price, Kikitsika.
Well, you can go back to some names like Lofton. You can go back to LaFazio. You can go back to some of these guys that have just unbelievable. Coach Foss down there, he played for the Warriors for many years, wanting a chance at this section title, and here he is coaching this defense into that situation.
Ball is all the way back to the Monreau Catholic 13-yard line. They have to get to the 41-yard line. It's 3rd down. Keep everything in front of you.
Eisen the only setback.
Dickstein in the shotgun formation, waiting for the snap. He gets it. Pressure coming from Faulkner. Screen pass. And making the tackle. Chase Blackburn saw the play, came up, grabbed the ankle, and brought down the receiver at the 10-yard line.
And let me tell you something. That's not just any receiver. That was Eisen. That was fresh Eisen in the flats. And Blackburn, what an open field tackle. Just to seal that and say, no, son, you're not going anywhere tonight.
Monroe Catholic coach Rob Cottrell sends in the punt team with 4:33 to go, trailing by 2 scores. Boy, I don't trust this. Neither does Del Norte. They're sending nobody deep. They have their base defense on the field, and a penalty flag now flies. It looks like a legal substitution. It is against the Mariners. The wheels are coming off the Monroe Catholic wagon. All the way now, the ball back at the 5.
Or the sails off the fisherman's boat.
There you go.
How you like that one, John?
Yep.
Right there.
The jib is coming off. Here comes the punt. And it's blocked! It's blocked and recovered by Del Norte in the end zone.
Blocked by Kaibaugh and picked up by Kobe Mitchell.
No, I think it's Levi Cox-Cooley with the ball. It is. No, you're right. It is. Number 20, Kobe Mitchell.
Unbelievable play as Kaibaugh from the tackle position, as we weren't in our punt formation, just blew through the 2 Mariners and blocked that punt. Unbelievable. And that is just a story of a season right there, as the 2 edges of the Del Norte defense have put the Mariners away, Mr. Pritchett.
Here comes the extra point. The Del Norte faithful are beside themselves. Here's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. It is good. Del Norte, 28. Monroe Catholic, 7. 4:15 left to play in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs.
And that spectacular touchdown brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
What you doing next weekend there, big guy?
Going to the Bay.
Going to the Bay for the North Coast Championship game between the number 2 seed Del Norte Warriors and the number 1 seed Encinal Jets.
And if you're going to talk about 2 defenses that have dictated and dominated every game they've played in, you're talking about the Encinal Jets and the Del Norte Warriors. We are going to have a treat next week when it comes to defense, John. Oh my goodness, both these teams love to hit. Both these teams love to get after the quarterback. The Encinal Jets sacked the quarterback for Deanza 11 times last night. 11 times. They haven't given up less than 10 points a game. Like the Warriors.
Del Norte's giving up just
right
11 a game.
Yes. So, and a lot of it garbage time at the end.
Here comes the kickoff as Kenji Adams-Lee is not going to kick it deep. Instead, he gives a ground ball that's going to be taken at about the 45. Faulkner trying to track down the returner. Carrying the ball for Monroe Catholic was L.C. Glover. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 46-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, John.
4:09 to go. Del Norte, 28. Monroe Catholic, 7. On the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard, Warriors are that far away from their first berth in the championship game in generations.
What a job by the Warriors in the front line, still out there battling. Right now, here we go.
Dickstein under center, hands it off to Arnold.
Eisen.
Oh, that's Eisen, number 4. and he'll gain a couple as a host of Warriors are there to greet him, including Cox Cooley and Blackburn. Oh, correction, that's Nick Freeman. A late penalty flag goes flying in the air.
I believe it's going to be, it might be from the sideline once again.
Here's the signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Monroe Catholic.
As the Mariners have 3 coaches out there on the field. Something we saw a little bit of against last week. I don't really think these barrier teams like coming up here and playing at Mike Whalen Field.
Well, it's got to be extremely frustrating to come here. You know, you're not used to a grass field. You're not used to a field with a crown, and you're not used to playing a game against a defense as dominant as Del Norte's.
Physicality is huge out here. 3:45 left, 3:48 left here in the ball game. See if Del Norte can finish it off in good standing right here. Be careful. Make sure you stay out of trouble.
Keep everything in front of you. Ball at the 32. Second down, and timeout is going to be called by
Coach White. Coach White, Coach Fozzie are going to talk to their team, settle them down, make sure there's not going to be any issues, as we had some unsportsmanlike. We had an ejection last week in the Alhambra game as the game began to get ugly. So, and just a quick reminder.
There's some good news. Eli Larson will be back next week. He was the one that was ejected, so he had to miss this game. And that's going to be great news because the Warriors lost Trevor Freeman at the start of this game.
Could be a situation where Larson will have to come back to the offensive side also next week.
Yes.
So we'll see.
3:44 to go. Del Norte fans who have waited so long, who have come so close in the past. The 1-point loss to Fortuna in 2013. The 18-14 loss during the Louis Nova era.
Listen to Novato. That was a tough loss. Second and 15 right here, John.
More than that.
Second and 20? 22? 23.
Second and a whole bunch.
And a whole heck of a lot, as John Pritchett would say.
Half a country mile. Dickstein goes under center. Hands it off to the fullback. Fumble. Del Norte has it.
Slayton. Anthony Slayton.
Slayton caused the fumble and then jumped on it. Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at the the Monroe Catholic 32.
No, John. They're going to say he was down before he touched
Oh,
it.
no, he was not down. No.
I mean, even the look at the they don't even know where they were.
Well,
they moved the sticks.
And half the Monroe Catholic team went off to the sideline.
I know.
The only person who thought that was not a fumble was
Did they know where they're going?
I had the binoculars on it, and it was clearly a fumble.
Well, there's no way. They need to move those.
Meanwhile, it's still 3rd and forever. And the Mariners are running dive plays at this point.
Eisen.
Hand off to Eisen. He's going to lose ground. As it's Faulkner coming up to make the tackle. Del Norte is 2 minutes and 25 seconds away.
And our fans down in the end zone in their cars starting to pack up, and I hear horns honking out there as they've watched a great game from the parking lot as this Warrior team is 2 minutes away.
2 minutes and counting. And timeout is called by...
The longest 2 minutes ever.
So
we're traveling after Thanksgiving.
We will be. And so will a lot of Warrior fans. So we will be putting information at delnortesports.com once everything becomes confirmed, where we'll be playing, when we'll be playing. We know who will be playing. It will be the Encinal Jets. Encinal 10-1 this year. Defeated De Anza 24-21 in the first round. In the semifinals last night. Struggled with Fortuna 35-24. Although that game was actually a little closer than the final score would indicate. That doesn't surprise me that Fortuna would give them a challenge.
Absolutely. The Fortuna team, same style as this. But I tell you what, that Encinal team's pretty strong and fast. We're going to have our work cut out for us tomorrow.
Punt team is on the field on 4th down and forever. Here's the snap. And this time he's able to get it off. No Warriors anywhere near it. And the ball is just going to trickle down and die at the Warrior 38-yard line. 2:01 left to play. Our score, Del Norte 28. Monroe Catholic 7. The Warriors are 121 seconds away from a berth in the title game.
Unbelievable.
And the Mariners are out of timeouts.
Could be a kneeling situation right here, John. As Kai Bach comes off the field, of who's going to go in for offense or not.
Warriors are in victory formation. Senior O.J. Kaleha, the quarterback, gets the ball from senior center Luke King. This is such a senior-dominated team. When this team was sophomores, when these seniors were sophomores, was the last time Del Norte didn't make the playoffs. Last year, they were the number 2 seed, lost in the semifinals to Fortuna, right here at Mike Whalen Field.
Boy, Kai Ball, all the front line, got to be so proud of themselves. You know, they see him give them hugs out there and congratulating each other, giving themselves big hugs. It's just a team win. It's that camaraderie. It's that team Warrior pride that has just made the difference all season.
Another kneel down. One minute to go. Warriors may have to either punt or run around for a little bit.
It's 3rd down.
To run off enough time. As Kaleo waiting for the count to get close.
Nope, they won't have to run a number.
They won't have to run a number. He takes a knee. That's it. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Coach Vaughn.
Del Norte is going to the North Coast section Division 5 championship game after a 28-7 victory over Monroe Catholic here at Mike Whalen Field.
The Mad Dog is speechless. Let me tell you what. I'm so proud of this squad. Coach LaFazio getting the Gatorade at the end of the game. I know he didn't see that one coming. They got Coach LaFazio and Coach White. Hats off to this crew. You couldn't ask for a better season so far for the Warriors. And guess what? We're playing football on Thanksgiving weekend.
We'll be back with the Freeman Rock postgame show right after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the postgame show, and it's brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. We'll be back with Mad Dog and John coming up next.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for bulk landscaping products. With the uncertainty of winter weather here before you know it, Freeman Rock can get that rock delivered so what's left of your driveway doesn't end up where you don't want it. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment, supplying high-quality products in ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Put Freeman Rock on your job site. Call 541-469-2444 or go to our all-new interactive website, freemanrock.com.
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the Redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hyuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hyuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Is hip pain keeping you from golf, gardening, or playing with the grandkids? Introducing orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jack Bella, who's recently joined the staff at Sutter Coast Community Clinic. Dr. Bella has over 30 years of experience as a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, and he specializes in anterior hip replacements, which can lead to faster recovery to help you get back to doing the things you love. For hip pain or other orthopedic needs, please call Dr. Bella's office at 707-464-6715.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. And now, the post-game show, brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. And now, here's Mad Dog and John.
Del Norte has advanced to the championship game of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs, courtesy of a 28-7 victory over Monreau Catholic tonight here at Mike Whalen Field. John Pritchett, John Horner with you, as the Warriors really dominated, especially defensively. It was an amazing performance by the Warrior defense.
You know, what a great job by the Warrior defense. I think the difference between this game and last game we played was the penalties and the execution in the first half. What a great job by this Warrior team. I tell you what, I would put this front five on offense and this front seven on defense against anybody. They've done a great job. They did a great job on both sides of the ball, done a great job in the second half of this season of just dominating their opponents with physical effort.
You know, since 1982, this is the 8th time Del Norte has advanced the semifinals, the first time that they've taken that next step into the championship game.
It's going to be huge for the Warriors, huge for this squad, huge for this program, considering Coach Nick White's in his first year, and we've talked a lot about it. Coach Louis Nova left Coach Nick White a great program here, and Coach Nick White has done it justice and continued the legacy here as this squad is making history, John.
Making history indeed. Let's take a recap of the scoring tonight. Warriors dominated the first quarter, but did not score. But on the very first play of the second quarter, it was quarterback O.J. Kalea on a 1-yard run, and the Warriors led 7-0 after Kenji Adams-Lee extra point. And it stayed 7-0 until 44 seconds left when it was Kobe Mitchell scoring from 2 yards out for Mitchell. That was his 15th rushing touchdown of the season. And it was 14-0, and it looked like that would be the score going into the locker room. But a kickoff return deep into Del Norte territory and a pass inside the 5 gave the Mariners a couple of shots at the end zone in the closing seconds of the second quarter. Del Norte's defense responded, specifically Nick Freeman and Chase Blackburn making terrific defensive plays. And the Warriors went into the locker room with the 14-0 lead. The first time Monreau Catholic got the ball in the second half was after a Del Norte fumble at midfield. And it was Devin Arnold, the talented running back from Monreau Catholic, the only big play of the game. 42 yards into the end zone, and it was 14-7 with 9:29 to go in the third quarter. But the Warriors responded. They marched down the length of the field. Kaleha, another 1-yard touchdown run, and it's 21-7. That left the Mariners having to gamble a little bit, and it was all unsuccessful. And in with 4:15 to go, looking at 4th and forever, punting from their own end zone. The punt was actually blocked by Kai Baugh, recovered by Kobe Mitchell, his second touchdown of the night, and that's the way it ended up. Final 28-7. Del Norte improves to 11-1 on the year, but more importantly, advances into the championship game.
Great job by the Warriors right there. I tell you what, the scoring recap says it all. Del Norte dominated on both sides of the ball. Now they will face an Encinal team that has a lot of similarities to this Del Norte team, which prides itself on defense and runs the ball hard. They're very fast getting to the ball. Coach Bimbo talked to him last week, and he said that Encinal team has a lot of defensive team speed. But we saw that tonight also in the aspect of Monroe Catholic didn't let Chase Blackburn go for 50 or 60. They didn't let Cox Cooley go for 50 or 60. But it still didn't stop that Del Norte running attack when they kept hammered 5-6 yards at a time by the front line, was just so relentless at getting blocks.
And what a terrific job by the defense. Sacks by Chase Blackburn and Kai Baugh. They limited penalties. Earlier this year, for most of the year, Del Norte was routinely committing 10 penalties a game for usually over 100 yards. I have them unofficially for 5 penalties for 10, 25, 35, 50 yards.
The Warriors on the stats. Monroe Catholic, 20 rushes for... Monroe Catholic had 20 rushes for 41 yards total. 6 of 19 for 71 for a total of 112 yards of offense for Monroe Catholic. And you got to think, John, 72 yards of that came on 2 plays. The running back prospect, Fresh Eisen, ended up with 6 carries for -9 yards and had 1 catch for -2. For a total of -11 yards for him. On the Del Norte side, 50 rushes for 309 yards, 1 for 3 passing for 3. Cox Cooley, 21 carries for 152 yards. It's like whoever gets the 15, 20 carries gets that big night. You can plug anybody in there. That's how good that front line is for the Warriors. Mitchell had 83, and Blackburn broke the 1,000-yard mark tonight with 73 rushing yards on 10 carries. What a fantastic game.
Blackburn held limited to 7 yards a carry. Just a mere 7 yards a carry. Joining us is head Warrior football coach Nick White. Congratulations. Big Four Conference Championship and now a berth in the North Coast Section Division 5 Championship game. You got to tell us, how does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I'm so proud of these kids, man. They put in so much hard work, so much effort. We play so hard, and the kids want it so bad. That's why we win games. We just give 100%. We're tougher, we're stronger, we're more physical, and we want it more. That's what it comes down to.
The defensive effort tonight was just off the charts against a team that has some home run hitters. They hit 1 out, but that was it, nothing else.
Yeah, they have, I think they probably have 4 or 5 D1 kids on that team, and including the running back, which I came up and heard the stats, and it made me laugh because we are so good defensively. The kids buy in, they believe, they play so hard. They shut those kids down. Those kids have been tearing it up all year long. They're used to getting 20 yards a carry, so the first play set the tone where we come in, shoot the gap, and freaking hit them for a loss right away. Like, yeah, you guys are doing that tonight. It's not going to happen.
Thought one of the key moments of the game was at the end of the first half. Del Norte's up 14-0. They give up a long kickoff return. They get it inside the 5 and have 2 chances there. And your defensive backfield made big plays to keep the momentum on Del Norte's side.
Yeah, Nick Freeman did an awesome job on they ran a slant on the 3rd down. They ran the same exact play. He adjusted. He was there right on time for it. He made a great play. That's just a senior stepping up with knowledge of the game. He knows what to do. and he made a huge play there. And it's, what do you know to kick the ball? They got 6 guys that are all faster than our kids. It's like, so we just did onside kick finally. We're like, oh well, we don't want to kick it to 6. And he returns it. It's hard. They have so much athleticism, and it's unreal. And that's why I'm so proud of my kids. We're just harder, tougher, freaking. These kids are amazing.
The other key moment I thought was after Monroe Catholic did score to make it 21-7. You guys responded and 14-7 after Del Norte's turnover. You guys responded and went the length of the field, grinding it out, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football all the way into the end zone. That seemed at that point a lot of the air went out of the Monroe Catholic balloon.
Yeah, that was because they got the momentum. We got the fumble. They drove down. Like, it was the momentum wasn't in our favor. But it's when you play a good team, there's going to be a stretch of time in the game that adversity is going to go against us. So what do? We step up. We drive down like we've done all year. The kids answer the bell. They step up. And that's what a championship team does. You make plays when you need to make plays at turning points of the game. And, yes, that drive was huge for us to put us up 2 scores, which got a gap. And they got down after that. You could just tell, like, they didn't know what to do. Now they can't be patient and run the ball anymore, and that was just a huge momentum turner for us to score that touchdown.
This is such a senior-dominated team, and how important is it that these seniors are stepping up at this crucial time and just playing the football of their lives?
Yeah, they've been playing together so long. We have great team chemistry. The kids just play as hard as they can for each other. Kids step up in moments. We've had kids go down all over. Trevor Freeman broke his ankle tonight. I'm sorry about, I just feel so bad for that kid. He's worked so hard and got into a starting role and it's a bummer. So we have, that was the first kickoff. Yeah. So now Jacob Dane, a freshman, comes in and starts for us all game.
Yeah.
We have kids that buy in, they believe in what's going on, and it's next man up, honestly, because that's kind of what it's been all year for us.
What do you know about your next opponent in the championship game, the Encinal Jacks?
I know that they have a really good defense. That's about it. I haven't watched a whole lot of film on them. I've watched a little bit during our bye week, but we're so focused on Monroe Catholic that I haven't got that far. But wake up tomorrow morning bright and early and get grinding.
Coach, congratulations! It's been a magical season for you.
Yeah, it has, and it's about the kids and how much work and effort and they put in and they buy into the whole program and what's going on. With how the coaches are, the kids. It's awesome. The whole buy-in is great. Everybody believes in what's going on, and we're looking forward to next weekend championship.
Believe the game will be on Saturday. Place to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do we have it on? It will be at Hayward High School
on Saturday,
7 p.m. Hayward High School, which is not far, actually. Monroe Catholic is in Hayward.
Yeah, right down the street from Encinal. Hey, we're happy to go down there.
Yeah,
we're excited.
So that's official now. That is on the NCS website. 7 p.m. Saturday at Hayward High School, the championship game. Del Norte taking on Encinal. Coach White, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. We'll talk to you tomorrow as we get ready for the preview. But great job.
Thank you. Go Warriors.
Woo! Coach Nick White, rightfully excited after his team posted a 28-7 victory over Monroe Catholic in the semifinals of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs. And you didn't get a chance to finish the stats, I don't think.
I think I got them all.
Okay.
I fired them off, but this headset has that thing, that macho man. Woo! You got to love it,
That's
John.
what does it.
It's the headset.
So next up, 7 o'clock Saturday at Hayward High School, the championship game, Del Norte against Encinal. What should we expect?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of like what you saw tonight, to be honest with you. I think you're going to see a low-scoring game with a lot of defense being played. I think the Warriors are going to be a little out of their comfort zone when it comes to the team speed. I don't think we've played a team with the defense like Encinal and the team speed they have. We're going to have to earn every yard we get We're not going to be able to just at will go down the field. So possession's going to be huge. I think Encinal's in for a big awakening. I think this is going to be a team, Del Norte coming down, that is ready to face them with intensity and with defensive prodigy. I think Del Norte's got a great chance. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, and I think it'll be a great championship game.
Well, that should wrap things up here from Mike Whalen Field, where Del Norte has advanced to the title game of the North Coast Section Division 5 playoffs with a 28-7 victory over Monreau Catholic. Big thanks to Mike O'Brien back at the studio. For General Manager Larry Tempe, President Mike Wilson, and the entire Bi-Coastal Media family, thank you so much for listening. Remember, you can hear a rebroadcast of this game in a day or two on DelNorteSports.com. Our final score, once again, Del Norte 28, Monreau Catholic 7. The Warriors advance to the championship game. For John Horner, I'm John Pritchett. Good night, everybody. Stay safe, drive safely, and may God bless.
You've been listening to the Del Norte Warrior Game of the Week. And the Game of the Week is brought to you by Sutter Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. The Hiuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. L&L Design and Construction. They love to support the Warriors. For construction work, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. And Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. This has been a Bi-Coastal Media Sports presentation.